Hi there, my name is Fix Fox, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 1. This is actually Heroes of Might and Magic 1, folks. Heroes of Might and Magic 1 being played on the Game Boy Advanced. Yes, just in case you weren't aware, 3DO back in the day had an awful lot of grasp and prestige within the gaming community, so much so that when new gaming consoles would come out, Heroes of Might and Magic as a series was one of the series that was chosen for these new platforms. And so there's an awful lot to dive into, and I don't know half the lore. If anybody here knows any of the lore, I'm always going to be open to it. So I appreciate everybody being here. Chat's filling up nicely. We got Rome and we got Pixel. Thank you to everybody who's here now. And thank you to everybody that will come up here later. So it is going to be the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced Pixel. So it's basically, I mean, there's going to be, well, it's Game Boy Advanced. I guess it's not Game Boy Color. We're just gonna have to take a look at this, folks. I have very, very, very little experience with this game on this platform, but I'm hoping that we can still turn this into something a-okay. That is the plan anyway. All right, so a couple things here. Man, this took forever to kind of get to even run on my computer. I know I'm gonna be able to make this work, but it's still not gonna be pretty. So let's just make this happen. Beautiful, beautiful. Folks, do let me know if the sound is too loud. Let me know if there's any issues with the video. If you don't tell me anything, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to get to know anything unless you tell me about it. So, starting off, this is Heroes of Might and Magic. So, it's Heroes of Might and Magic 1 here on the emulator for the Super Game Boy Advanced. And we are going to go immediately to the credits just to check this out first and foremost. So, this was made by No Wonder, and these are the programmers from the No Wonder studio who ported this over to the Game Boy Advanced, Game Boy Color. And I mean, you got map design here, which is interesting because these are not 3DO people. These are all the No Wonder types of folks. Eventually, this will get into some of the 3DO type of people. There you go. Bill Hindorf, Ed Gwynn. Yeah, okay. These are people that I'm not particularly familiar with, but there had to be some back and forth to make sure that this went well and that this was a good project. We got German and French translations. Hey, for all my German and French friends out there. Wonderful. And then special thanks to a whole bunch of people. Original concept by New World Computing. Absolutely. Okay. So with that being said, we have new game, load game, high scores, language, etc. We're just going to go into new game. And if you notice, these are all the different maps that you have in Heroes of Might and Magic 1. For example, the Claw is a longtime favorite for a lot of people. It's a normal large size map. That's going to be what we play today. It looks like on the Game Boy Color here that this is going to be denoted as a medium difficulty map. I think that the little green baubles on the right hand side, yeah, easy, normal, and then yeah, hard maps over there. So we're going to do the Claw because it's so classic and my controls are wild. As I just load into the game and just hit OK. I don't think I have much else I can even do here. I think I just hit OK. Okay, there we go. And I can do initial resources. So this is kind of your difficulty. So I can go many resources, some, few, none. I'm gonna go with some. I don't want to play on impossible difficulty just because I want to make sure we can actually complete the scenario and have a really fun time doing that. Likewise with the opponents, I just want to see what an average opponent's gonna do to you. Tell you what, let's have one AI be smart. So the red player is gonna be smart. We as the blue player are gonna be loading in, and let's just dive right in. Holy kittens. And this is a good time. Let's see. Pixel, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate that. Tell before I choose in the chat. Hey, Pixfox. Hey, chat. Good idea. I love Heroes of Might and Magic 1. Lovely. Happy to hear it and happy to have you here. All right, so we have Rebecca the Sorceress, and she looks like she starts off with 14 sprites and 4 dwarves. My controls, I think if I hit this button here, yeah, this just gives me the overview. 0 attack, 0 defense, 2 spell power, 3 knowledge. So just like any nice, good sorceress should start off with, she's got all this to her name. 14 and 4, very good. Good morale because we got the troops. And then if I actually click on her this way, so I got 2 different menus I can click on, then it brings up this screen that we're a little bit more familiar with, and it lets you see artifacts in here. It looks like there's not nearly so many artifact slots, which is very interesting in the way that that will change the game. And then you can mouse over to see what some of these creatures are. It looks like if I hit B, there you go. We can get some creature info on this sprite. 4 attack, 2 defense, 1 to 2 damage, 2 hit points, medium speed. Okay, interesting that it's medium speed. So we've already seen a couple of adjustments. So we've seen some adjustments to the artifacts. We've seen some adjustments to the speed on these creatures. Already that massively changes the way that this game is going to play. I am interested in these dwarves as well. It looks like, yeah, look at the cute little sprite work there. Aww, look at the little picture of these guys. They're so cute. slow, good morale, normal, good, good. All this is very, very good. And what if I click on not the B view, but the other view? It looks like I can't do that. Am I able to split my forces at all? Looks like the answer is no. Yeah, it looks like the answer is no. So my controls right now on this version are A, S, D, F, and then the enter key. That's basically what I'm working with here at the moment. So I can exit out to here. I can click on my castle, it looks like. If I right click, yeah, then this will tell me that this is the Castle of Necropolis. Weird that it's the Castle of Necropolis for a sorceress faction, but so be it. And if I do my other click, it'll turn me into this screen. It sounds so weird. Folks, what do we think about the music? What do we think about the music? I'm a pretty big fan of this music. This sounds pretty good to me. Give me half a second. I gotta tab out in order to get to chat. One sec. Oh my gosh. I have to tab out to get to chat because my computer just can't do it. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think we're back. Topa says, lovely graphics. You love them. Wonderful. Frodo the Blind's here. Hey, Frodo. Good day for a big screen. Love that. Nostalgic factor of GBC graphics make me want to play this way more often. I think you should, as much as possible. I think that you ought to. Let's do that for sure. And Crazy FX1, got any more of those pixels? Yes, but these are beautiful, lovely, wonderful, exciting pixels for tree houses, cottages, a well, a shipyard, a castle to improve defense and income, a mage guild, Stonehenge for druids, archery range for elves, fence meadow for unicorns, and of course the red tower to produce the phoenix. So I don't know, it looks like this is the only screen. There's no castle screen that lets you see all these be developed, but still very cool to see. If I click here with my A button, it looks like we're gonna go to this well. Well increases the growth rate of all dwellings. It doesn't say how much, but I'm guessing it's by 2. I'm guessing that's pretty typical. So we're going to say yes to this. We have 7,500 gold. That's going to take 500 of our gold. Cute little screen there pops up, and we got a check mark to indicate that that building has been purchased. I suppose, do I click on the actual treehouse to get sprites here? I do. I have to go up. There's 8 available sprites that cost 50 gold each. Do I have to manually do this? I think I might. Oh, there's a max button. I'm going to hit max and recruit. So I've just recruited 8 sprites, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm going to exit out. And now we see here we've got the necropolis kind of garrison, and then we have our hero here. So I'm gonna guess we click and move down. There we go. And so we do know that we can have multiple stacks of these creatures, but what's interesting is that I still don't know quite how to split them. Oh, look at that. That was alternative click there. Wow, this is gonna be a nightmare. I love this. I love this. Okay. So split is complete. I guess you just have to click on the stack and then B click to do your little split there. Very cool. And then I can just combine like so. Okay, so we're kind of figuring out these controls a little bit. That's very good. We do still have dwarves that we need to purchase. So we're going to purchase max, all 6 of you. Come along with me, my friends, because even though these are going to be really, really slow dwarves, I don't think I'm comfy enough with these controls as it is to not take everybody, hopefully to win a few fights. This is the hope anyway. It looks like, by the way, the portrait of Rebecca, it says on the left-hand side, there's like a little bar. It looks like that little bar is going to be her movement points. So we've got some movement to do. Let's send her out here. So Rebecca, there's an obelisk here, clearly. I think I can right-click. Yeah, I can right-click and it'll tell you what this adventure map object is. So this, for example, this is our crystal. It just says it's a resource. It doesn't say what it is, but that looks like crystal to me. We have trees to the south. We have mountains to the east. Let's just go. Pick up this obelisk and see what we can do. You come upon an obelisk made from an unfamiliar stone. As you gaze and wonder, a pattern emerges. It seems to be part of a map. After you copy it down, the pattern abruptly vanishes. Ah, very good. Oh, and so for the first time, we can tell immediately there's some additional functionality with the Game Boy Advanced version here that it actually tells you how many obelisks are on the map. That's so interesting. We have 1 out of 8. It looks like the ultimate artifact is going to be near some water on the left-hand side. That's very, very cool. I like that. In order to access that screen, I believe I have to do this. No, I have to do enter. Enter when I'm not over something is going to bring up this screen. We have our Kingdom Overview tab, World Map, View Puzzle, Game Options, Game Summary, Dig for Artifacts. So when the time comes to dig for the artifact, we know where that screen is. This took me forever to find. Just BT dubs. Kingdom Overview, it looks like we've got 1 Sorceress Hero. It looks like we have 1 Sorceress Castle, no towns. We have no mines, no gold mines, and in the treasury, we have it there at the bottom, plus 1,000 gold income per day. Very cool. Okay, world map. This is, oh my goodness. Look at the sprite, the pixels going back and forth. The color cycling is actually pretty good. The game feels fairly smooth. And I think that when we actually take a look at the in-game battle map, that's gonna feel even smoother to you. Right now, this might feel a little chunky, a little blocky, but eventually I think that you're gonna get to see, oh, it's actually not that bad. Try searching on clear ground. I don't know about that. We will see about that. And then one more thing, it was, where is it? Game summary? What in the world? Oh, okay, so the claw, large, normal difficulty. Okay, great. All right, we're learning some good stuff here. So what else to do now? We do see a windmill here. It looks like, can I right click here? Yeah, this is gonna be the windmill. I suppose we ought to go pick up ourselves a windmill. The keeper of the mill announces, "My lord, I have been working very hard to provide you with these resources. Come back next week for more." That's good stuff. Good stuff. And it looks like we have a group of orcs. Lots of orcs guard a treasure chest. I don't think that we're ready for them. Or if we are, maybe we need to split our troops. I'll bet you that we can take these forces if we split our troops. But for now, let's just play this a little bit safer. And let's just head on up into this direction. We're officially out of movement points. And I'm wondering if we're going to be able to hire a new hero. Let's see if we can hire a new hero. Pixo says that the music here is from the Warlock Castle. You're completely correct. Oh, Pixo, you're right. This is the MIDI version, I suppose, of the Warlock Castle. So what's the Warlock Castle music going to be? That's very interesting. I have no idea. But that's exciting. Tobal says, in the DOS version of Heroes 1, you can't split troops. I don't remember. It was a mystery to me when all of a sudden I was able to split my forces in Heroes 2. As a kid, I had no idea I could even do that. So yeah, it might be something brand new. Folks, where do I hire my heroes from? Tavern increases morale. I want to hire somebody new. Let me hire somebody new, please. I don't think that you just get to run around with only one hero. I think that you get multiple opportunities here. What about here? No, that's not it. This has got to be here somewhere. Tavern like Heroes 3? Maybe. The tavern increases the morale for the defending creatures of the castle. I'm gonna hope that that's what it is. Frodo the Blind. That's a good idea. Let's plan on getting the tavern, because otherwise I'm kind of running my head into a little bit of a brick wall here. Yeah, a little bit of a brick wall at the moment, unless I can figure this out. If we only have to use one hero, all of a sudden the game gets much more difficult. I think I recall that you can do more than that. Okay, so then the next question is, how in the world do I even go on to the next day? Oh, that was color cycling. Okay. So enter's not going to do that for me. I'm just hitting buttons on my keyboard now. I'm trying to figure out what my controls are. Okay, so far not so good. Okay, still so far not so good. So spacebar's not it, enter's not it, because enter will just take you to this screen. Game summary, dig for artifacts, okay. Oh gosh, I hope I don't have to just go to... Let's see, it's not going to be escape, that's not going to be it. It's not spacebar. That's not it. Maybe empty spot in the hero castle or empty building? Probably. Right now, if I can just find the end turn button, I'm going to be exceptionally happy. Oh, look at that. Okay, I found it. So it's backspace. So my base level controls, enter and backspace are very important. So backspace brings up this screen. It looks like this is the button that takes you to the next hero. So if I click here, yeah, it'll just move me to the next hero. I'll bet you if I have multiple heroes, it will do multiple heroes like that. Okay, this is probably next castle. Yeah, so this is a good way to easily cycle from one castle to the next. There's your in turn. Okay, so we found the in turn button. So you have to hit backspace, and then in the bottom right, there's this little hourglass. I'm guessing that that's got to be it. But this doesn't tell me where to hire heroes, which feels kind of bad. So if I go to here, I mean, if I could move, I would move. Oh, adventure map spells. That's good. Do I have any adventure map spells? Rats. I do not. I'm very excited to use those as soon as we can get those. Let's just hit end turn, and we'll see about the tavern. So green player takes its turn. Red player takes its turn, and yellow player takes its turn. So far, so good, folks. We are now officially on to month 1, week 1, day 2 in this Heroes Might and Magic game, and I'm loving it. I'm having a really good time. Okay, well, we don't want to move there. Let me just move over here so I don't accidentally mess this up. Let's go into this castle. Nope. Here, let's go to here. And yeah, let's purchase the tavern. It doesn't say that you can purchase heroes here. What if I hit backspace in this castle? Backspace doesn't do anything for me. Enter doesn't do anything for me. Okay, so let's just try to build the tavern. Increases the morale of troops. Let's just say yes. It's probably not an ideal first day purchase. The tavern increases the morale for the defending creatures in the castle, and that cute little animation is lovely. Oh my goodness. Somebody had a lot of fun trying to bring this to life. I love that very much. Does the well have something nifty? Oh, look at that. You can tell in the well. When you click on the well, you can tell what forces are in the well. Very cool. So navigating to buildings, even if you've already purchased them, are pretty important. Castle improves town defense and income. We found it. Okay, and this is where we hire new heroes. Okay, so back up. You got to back up. So this, because this is a castle and not a town, purchasing this up from a town to a castle improves the town defense and income. So now we're up to a castle. Now that we're at a castle, we can click on the castle icon and we can recruit 2 heroes. We can either recruit Jem the Sorceress for 2,500 gold or Joe Josh the Barbarian for 2,500 gold. I think we're going to recruit Jem here on day 2. And I don't even know what she comes with. It looks like 16 sprites for the dwarves. Good job, Jem. We're going to go exit out. And do I want to combine these forces? Tell you what, I think I do. I'm going to send Jem over here to say hello to Rebecca. For the first time, we get to see our little hero interface screen. So artifacts, armies, and the 2 heroes. So we're going to trade armies. It's going to be all the dwarves, because sure, why not? We're going to do all the sprites. Is it going to let me just do it that way? No, you have to click and then A to complete the trade. No army selected. Hold on. Oh, because it's Heroes 1. It's Heroes 1 functionality, so you have to do it beforehand. There you go. Confirm, and then move them over. Move them over. Okay, so right now I'm doing single stacks. That's actually not what I want to do. I want to do... There you go. Okay. Okay. Because I think I want multiple stacks like this. I'm going to move this creature over to there, and then I'm just going to do the single stack here. Because if I'm going to be fighting orcs, that's actually going to be pretty important. So we're going to hit end turn there. Dwarves are going to take forever to get them down the battlefield. That's okay, but I think that this is a successful trade. Artifacts? Yeah, there are no artifacts to worry about. We're just going to exit out. And we're currently on Jem the Sorceress, so we have to hit backspace, move to the next hero. We're now on Rebecca. Backspace again. Backspace again gets us out of that screen. And look, pathing does matter. We will path here to here, and then in this diagonal, unless we attack here. So pathing does matter. This is lots of orcs. I think with the 14 dwarves, we will for sure win, but we gotta get our first taste of combat, folks. I'm not saying that this is a great idea, but let's make this happen. All right, this is our battle screen. I'm having a fun time. I'm having a fun time. Are you having a fun time? This is a fun time. We have 1 sorceress right now, and it looks like I can attack this orc. I wonder if it matters where I attack from. I wonder if I get to choose. I'm gonna attack here. Oh look, and it does. Once you click, you get to choose, do you want this angle or this angle? I'm gonna take this angle. And sprites should have no retaliation. Yeah, sprites have no retaliation. So we're doing okay there. Let's attack here. That actually feels pretty smooth. That actually feels pretty smooth as we're just gliding down the battlefield. That feels okay to me. We're gonna attack here, because my stack of 24 is gonna slide into this big spot there. Good morale, good morale. Always thankful for it, never expected. And then I think I'm gonna attack, yeah. I'm gonna attack this stack of 4. Hopefully I kill them all. We kill 3. 1 sprite goes down. Dwarves, oh look how slow these dwarves are. Oh my goodness. Do. This is not bad. Throw to the Blind says not bad for a 30-something-year-old game. I would agree. We're lost a couple sprites here. Orcs took a step out. So that's interesting. That actually tells me a lot, I think. The fact that the orcs stepped out makes me feel like it's really using Heroes Might and Magic 1 logic. That's something that I would expect to see out of a Heroes Might and Magic 1 game. To be honest, that feels correct, where the orc would take a step out and then walk. There you go. Same deal there. Very interesting to see that. Very interesting indeed. Okay, orcs are taking a step down the battlefield. Oh, orcs are attacking the big stack here. Okay. They are doing half damage on the melee, otherwise our 2 HP sprites would be getting absolutely cooked. Look at all these positions I can attack from. This feels fairly intuitive. I know that I played with this a little bit once upon a forever ago, but this is... If I'm in the car as a young person and I'm trying to play some Heroes of Might and Magic 2 on my way to family vacation for 12 hours, you know, going to Devil's Tower in Wyoming or something crazy, this actually feels like you could make good use of your time in the car, folks. This is Heroes of Might and Magic 1. It takes a little bit longer, but this is okay. This is fine. This is not too bad. The losses look acceptable. We killed some orcs. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Thank you to everybody that's here, by the way. It looks like Tanil Tadara, thank you so much for the subscription. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so very, very much. Thanks for the subscription. As always, the support is lovely. Tundar's in the chat. Tundar, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the subscription as well. And to everybody else I haven't missed, if I tab out of the game to get caught up on chat, then the game will stop. So I'm not going to go back and forth too much. But thank you for everybody that's showing up that I haven't been able to see so far. Bearded Man, Skur, Star VT, thank you to everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Rebecca is now my main hero. We discover a hidden treasure cache. Do you keep the gold or generously distribute it to the peasants for experience? Do you want to keep the gold? I'll take the experience. I want to see what a level up looks like. Rebecca gains a level, so +1 spell power. Not too bad. And that's it. Oh, so it's Heroes 1. It's Heroes 1, so there are no secondary skills, right? Like Heroes 2 introduced secondary skills. Heroes 1, no secondary skills. So that's not too bad. I don't know what I just stepped on. An ore mine. You add an ore mine to your holdings, it will produce 2 ore per day. Not too bad. And this looks to me like a fire pit treasure. Okay. What's this? It's a random artifact. Now that's interesting. Look at this. It doesn't tell you what the artifact is. It just tells you that that is an artifact, and it's a question mark as to what it is. Very cool. I like that a lot. Oh, very cool. Skur, can you cast a spell? I should have cast that spell in that fight, I think. I should have. Next time we get a fight, I'm pretty sure that we start off with a bless, because all good sorceresses do start off with a bless. We'll plan on doing that fairly soon. Looks like Rebecca's out of movement. We gotta go to the next hero, Gem. Okay, so we're on to Gem, and rather than go in this direction, I think that I'm just gonna send her up. Let's send her up and try and have 2 heroes in multiple directions. I think we already made our purchase for the day. We did. So I think that we're gonna go backspace, end turn, unless you want a 3rd hero. You want a 3rd hero? Tell you what, we will take a look and see what our 3rd hero just might be. Whoops. My bad. Okay. It's another sorceress. It's Luna the Sorceress. I'm gonna recruit Luna the Sorceress. We're gonna have 1 additional hero, and I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna leave these troops in the garrison, because that just makes a lot of sense to me. Whoops. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me, so that way my 1 hero can just go scouting in this direction. And after we build up more forces, and we'll combine forces later. Sprites, what's this? It just says resource. It doesn't tell me what kind. Is that ore? A small quantity of gems. Okay, so we see a small quantity of gems. There's 3 gems. We need about 7 for the unicorn paddock. I don't know what this is. A thatched hut, a band of peasants. Hunger for adventure and wish to join you. Do accept? Folks, whether it's Heroes of Might and Magic 1, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, or Heroes 1 on the Game Boy Advanced version, the answer is no. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you think you want to join me. The answer is no. Okay, tell you what though, I've changed my mind, because it looks like these are peasants. There's a horde? Oh, that's too many. That's too many peasants at the moment. Even with lots or whatever I'd be able to get here for Luna, it just seems like too many. Okay, so we're out of movement points here. Everything's good to go. Let's hit end turn and go on to a new day. This is fun. This is so weird. I love it. And yeah, Game Boy Advanced. It's the Game Boy Advanced, but it's also Game Boy Color. Clearly, I mean, there's color here, so it's Game Boy Color. But I don't know if anybody can drag out an old Game Boy. I never had a Game Boy growing up, but this would actually be really, really fun to see if anybody can have a better experience in real life. Maybe this encourages somebody. Maybe this invites somebody to want to try that. Folks, something horrible has happened. You come upon an ancient artifact. As you reach for it, a gang of rogues bursts out from under the underbrush to defend their stolen loot. Thankfully, we got 14 dwarves, and it looks like pretty good terrain. Okay, the little models here for the rogues, they've got the hats. If you've never seen the Heroes of Might and Magic 1 rogue, these are shot for shot, the Heroes Might and Magic 1 rogues, they've kind of got the Hamburglar outfit going on. They are interesting to see, to say the least. I don't usually see them in their native environment. I do see that there's some terrain here. It looks like the back stacks can't go. I do want to move the dwarves up. I think that the stack of 10 is going to go around and probably attack the sprites. No, they do not. But we are letting the dwarves do the damage. So there's no retaliations yet because rogues and sprites don't have retaliation. And I don't know how you would learn these things. If you're not a veteran of Heroes Might and Magic 1 or 2, I don't know how you would even know that, hey, you should probably try your best to get these forces, you know, use these advantages, these special abilities. Yeah, if you don't know, then you just don't know. We kill the full stack, we do. For some reason, I thought that 8, it felt like it was too much. 8 did not do enough damage, and then 17 did way too much, so I kind of wasted some HP, some damage there. Then Rogues goes down from the 13 dwarves. My mighty dwarves are so strong. Rogues are attacking the dwarves. Now that's interesting. I would have expected that the rogues would have attacked the sprites. Maybe that's just a difference between H1 and H2 logic, that I'm just not as familiar with the Heroes Might and Magic 1 logic. I was worried I was going to lose a lot of sprite damage here. A lot of sprite damage. Okay, good morale on the sprites. Hey, bada bing. We'll take it. Let the 3 go down. I'm going to let the sprites attack in this bottom left position to the upper right. Then the dwarves. 11 dwarves should work on these 10 rogues and do tons of damage. They do. The dwarves are going to tank all the damage. Perfect. That's what I want. You want the dwarves to take the damage. Losing the fragile sprites is actually a problem in the event that you ever want to fight a flying or a ranged creature ever again. Okay, 3 more rogues goes down. Oh, misclick. These things do happen. No matter what game you're playing, misclicks do happen, and that's okay. 3 dwarves goes down. Now, this was supposed to be for a free artifact. I'm interested to see what artifact it is. So we kill 50 of the rogues, we lose 3 of the dwarves, we steal victory from the rogues, search their bodies, and recover this ancient artifact, Gauntlets of Protection. For the first time, we're gonna have to take a look and see what we got here. So it looks like we do have +1 defense skill. I'm guessing that means... Yes, Gauntlets of Protection, increase your defense by 1. Good to know. Magic Book. Can we click on the Magic Book and see what spells we do have? So I messed up. We were going to plan on using the Bless, but we didn't use it. So Bless is going to cause creatures to inflict max damage. It looks like it's going to be 3 spell points. We'll try and do that later. And it looks like I can circle back and forth between Adventure Map and offensive spells. Very good. I'm not going to attack these orcs at the moment. It looks like this is a group of pikemen. Lots of pikemen. I hope it's a group of pikemen. Could you imagine if that was like lots of giants? The color scheme almost makes them look like giants, but I'm guessing that it's just the lowly pikemen. We come upon an obelisk made from an unfamiliar stone. As you gaze in wonder, a pattern emerges. It's part of the map. Perfect. So we're now 2 out of 8. Still looking for some water. As soon as we find some water, we will know that we have found the right place. 4 more gems. We are probably there to our unicorns by now. Yep. That does it for us. We should have at least 10. And then is this another ore mine? This is a gem mine. A gem mine becomes a new facet of your estate. It will provide you with 1 unit of gems per day. Awesome. And what is this? Is this a gazebo? Perfect. We're going to pick up a little bit of experience there. Let's compare. So this is an ore mine right here with a little rock. Oh, is this a little pile of ore right outside of it? I didn't even realize that this was a pile of ore. So I walked right past a pile of ore, and then there's the ore right next to the gem mine, or the ore right next to this mine indicates it's an ore mine. And then the gems here indicate that it is part of the mine. I can't click on this. I can't click on that, but I can click on that. Okay, perfect. So we're learning more. That is how you differentiate between an ore mine and a gem mine, is the resources to the right side of it. Very good. Okay, we're gonna go to the next hero. It's gonna be Gem, who's going to collect some free resources. Hopefully there's no rogues here. Small quantity of crystal, like I thought. Bit more. Small quantity of crystal, very good. And then as we head up, oh, looks like there is unicorns. I don't want any part of unicorns. I don't know if unicorns are ever going to join you, but that's more than I can guess at the moment. So we're going to have her start to head back. I think that she's going to do pretty good trying to help with future resupplies. Meanwhile, Luna the Sorceress is heading to the west. She's going to go past the peasants She's going to ignore these gargoyles. Another free obelisk. That's great. Another bit of the puzzle. It looks like this is going to be in the center of the map. If I remember right, I think that there's water kind of in the center of the map. That's going to be important to note. And then what's this? It looks like a small quantity of gold. Is this a gold mine? I think that this is a gold mine. We're going to have to find out first thing in the morning, but that looks pretty good for me. So Luna, Rebecca, and Gem are all tapped out. They've all used all their movement points. And then here in the Castle of Necropolis, my Sorceress Castle, anything to purchase? It looks like the archery range. Stonehenge, it says that, let's see, you need the archery range and the Mage Guild, so we can't purchase that yet. So let's get the archery range now. We do have our well, our Dwarven Cottage, our sorceresses, or the sprites rather, the treehouse, archery range for the elves. We want to get druids, fence meadow, etc. We did take one extra day to pick up this tavern. Probably not ideal, but these things do happen. It's only day 3. I think that means, folks, it's time to go on to day 4. Lovely. This is going great. It's going great. Fix Fox didn't use Bless again, Bearded Man says. I'm sorry. I will do better. I will do better. I do want to use my spells, trust me. It's tactically advantageous. That is the plan. Part of the Blind says it's true. I don't live near mountains or anything, but seeing what people mean by rolling plains, it's something to behold. Yeah, it sounds like everybody's having a good time talking about their adventures in a car as a young person. Maybe we're all thinking, wouldn't it have been great if we had this in the car as a young person for those long, long trips? Sandra the Peasant Killer is here. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. And an ancient knight appears before the gazebo. My liege, I will teach you all that I know to aid you in your quest. You gain 1,000 experience. Plus 1 knowledge. Rebecca, you're so strong. Nobody can stop you. Is that a shrine? There's a shrine on the map. Can I walk there? It looks like I can actually look at this. I wonder about certain maps. I wonder if the Game Boy Advanced version has some passability issues. Here's what I mean. So here, I think that the orcs were supposed to stop you from getting into this area, but it looks like we're just gonna walk right behind them and plunder all these resources for free. A half-hidden shrine shelters a rustic wooden altar. A golden plaque is set into the altar, and it bears the formula for an ancient magical spell. View mines. Very good. Very good. Borisir's in the chat. What's up, Borisir? Nice to have you here. Thanks for the 16 months. Holy kittens, you are subscribed for 16 months. Are you aware of this? Are you aware of this? I just want to make sure you're aware of this. I want to make sure everybody else is aware of this too. Have you heard about the secret pilot, Fix Fox? He spends most of his life in disguise. Oh, in disguise. Gotcha. You got it. Nice to have you here. I appreciate that we're continuing the dad jokes from last time, because my kid, he did like the tentacles joke, right? If everybody remembers that. He did like the tentacles joke. He has not told it again to somebody else, but he did really enjoy it when I first told him. So I appreciate that the dad jokes just keep on coming. Don't stop believing. The Mage Guild is where heroes learn and replenish spells. You got to get that so you can get into the druids. Let's just say yes to this. Oh my goodness, look. There's only 3 levels to Mage Guilds. There's only 3 levels. Look at this. Okay, so we got View Mines. We have View Resources, and we have Bless. So we already have Bless for our sorceresses anyway, but that's wild. And then upgrading the Mage Guild, it looks like this is where you upgrade it. We've already done 1 purchase today, so be it. We're done with this today, but I think it's high time that somebody casts a spell. Let's have Gem the Sorceress cast all these spells. Looks like it's going to be View Mines, so let's have all mines be visible on the map. Okay, so the blue little thing indicates who the owner is. So blue is us. We own that. We own an ore mine and a gem mine. There's a sulfur mine in the corner. There's an alchemist lab for mercury. There's crystal here. Folks, this is kind of weird because I'm worried that if I keep going right, okay, it won't take me too far. There is some bounds on this map, but it's a little bit hard to navigate if you don't know where the bounds of the map are. There's no indication that I'm like right up against the side. Looks like there's, yeah, mercury, there's a sawmill, there's a gem mine up. Gem mine? Oh, it's gold mine. G for gold? Yeah, G for gold. Okay, we got a hero over there that's gonna grab that. And then is this gonna tell us other heroes, other enemies? It looks like the green player has an ore mine and a sawmill. Red player is the same. And then yellow, it looks like has an ore mine and a sawmill. Okay, this is very difficult to use, but it is good information. We will take it. Now let's try the View Resources and just see about that spell. Okay, so in the darkness, we have some resources to the west. There are plenty of resources sort of in the middle-ish. Yeah, this is not very intuitive to use. Oh, this is not very good to plan with. I'm glad that the spell is still in the game, but not my favorite. Not my favorite. Okay, so Gem is waiting here because she's going to take some troops to the front. In fact, I'm gonna wait with her because I don't know where I want her to go. I know that there was like a alchemist lab right over here. I think I'm gonna try and wait. And I'm gonna let her go later just so we know if we need to bring the troops up there. Okay, so this is a gold mine for free? Holy kittens, you enhance your glittering reputation by acquiring a gold mine. So we're getting 2,000 gold per day. Very good. Is this more crystal? No, sulfur. Okay, so that's sulfur. If it looks like somebody had a horse and the horse was walking through and just took a dump by the side of the road, that's what the sulfur patch looks like. Gems look like these little rocks, almost like, I don't know, like an egg in the middle of some other rocks. Mercury is pretty easy to tell. Okay. All right. We might have the same issues that I have in Heroes 2 when we have like the pouch of gems or the pouch of sulfur and I can't tell them apart. We might have that same issue with these resources. We will have to wait and see. Another gazebo, another 1,000 experience. So Luna's up +1 spell power. I'm gonna have her just kind of skadoodle around. It looks like I can't get through these gargoyles. Yeah. It looks like on the other side, I was able to bypass the orcs. Here, you don't really have that opportunity. I'm gonna send her down here. Just stay out of trouble. It's not your job to fight. It's your job to be awesome. Okay, Rebecca doesn't really know what to do at the moment. She's out of movement points. I'm gonna take Gem. I'm gonna make our purchase here today. It's gonna be Stonehenge. Why can't I purchase the Stonehenge? You need 2,500 gold and 10 ore. We do have 19 ore, but we only have 1,100 gold, so we actually cannot purchase the Stonehenge today. Huh. Well, I guess we can't purchase anything because we already purchased the Mage Guild today. Okay. In that case, we wait. We stay put. Gem is going to leave first thing in the morning, and we will go from month 1, week 1, day 4 on to month 1, week 4, day 5. One or more of your heroes still can move. Do you want to end your turn? Yes. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate that. I think in the Game Boy Color version, that's actually a pretty important question. In Heroes 1 and Heroes 2 on the computer, it's a little easier because I have the bar of heroes on the upper right. But here, that's actually a good question, and I appreciate that it's asking me the question. So thank you, kind computer. I appreciate all the help. Okay, so this is going to be a sulfur mine up here. We already knew it was there, but now we can tell. Gem's there, and this little road apple is the sulfur. Yep, sulfur, okay. And sulfur. Perfect. We strike it rich with a sulfur mine, and we get some new fun stuff. In case you haven't noticed, each of the mines has a different bit of wording, which is really, really great. Next time we go to a sulfur mine, I actually have to read it because I kind of missed it there. Yeah. You were not supposed to get into this area, but if you pass through the shrine, then you got this way out. Did they simply port over the maps from Heroes 1? Or did they rebuild the maps from scratch? I don't know the answer, but I'm actually very interested to know because I think that is kind of nifty to think about. How do you go about porting something like this over? I don't know the answer, but I am interested to know. Let's go to the next hero. Let's go to the next hero. Let's go to Luna. Yeah. Luna's doing good stuff. Oh, so she can... Yeah, so I don't think that she was supposed to get into this area, but she's going to. Yeah, there's a free alchemist lab right there. A local alchemist shop comes under your control. It will provide you with 1 unit of mercury per day. So somebody rewrote these. Somebody made these special from Wonder Studios or No Wonder Studios. Somebody did this extra little bit of lore and world building, and I really appreciate that. That's good stuff. I'm grateful that they did that. Small quantity of mercury. We'll take it. And I'm going to take just 2 steps over this way. No, I thought that maybe there was something over there. And there's not. For the first time we do see water. I'm distinctly reminded of games like Shining Force. And just like the way that they do the water sprites. It's clear what it is, but it's just kind of nifty to see. In all of its glory, it's nifty to see how they convey water versus other textures and terrains. And it's time to build our Stonehenge. Yeah, the extra gold actually was really important. Getting the gold mine was a big deal. So we have the Stonehenge for the Druids. I think that we're gonna wait to make purchases. It's day 5. We don't have to go over here and defeat these orcs. I think that I'm just gonna send Luna to grab this patch of ore real quick, because I do want Rebecca to be the one to go through these unicorns in just a little bit. We're gonna let her do that fairly soon, and I think that she can pick up the Mage Guild, she can pick up whatever forces she might find along the way. That's gonna be my plan at the moment. So we've already made the purchases, 3 heroes, no movement points. Luna, Rebecca, and Gem on to a new day. On to day 6. Whew. And Boreaster says, yes, the old hero spelling, J for gems. Yeah, I remember that was the very first time I think I noticed that, is I had to say it out loud when I was playing the game. And it's not intuitive, but if you have gold and gems, how do you make this work otherwise? Tough to say. I don't know. Weird Man says the reason why heroes don't have moving portraits is that the devs would try to use those types of files. Bearded Man, were you trying to trap me? Bearded Man, were you trying to get FixFox's opinion on whether or not it's GIF or GIF? Bearded Man, were you trying to set me up? I don't know where everybody here stands on the debate between GIF and GIF, but I'll tell you that wherever you stand, I'm still going to be friendly to you. I'm not saying that there's a right or a wrong answer, but there is a lot of debate out there, and I'm glad that we can have healthy debates. Front of the Blind, does FixFox have an opinion on GIF or GIF? I will always say GIF. Like, that's just the way that I was raised. But it's hard when the actual creator of it came up and said, just so everybody knows, you've all been saying it wrong for the last 30 years, 20 years. I recognize that the creator of the GIF says it's pronounced GIF, and I'm going to politely decline to acquiesce to that request of theirs. Oh, there you go. Alrighty, I don't think that we made a purchase here yet in the castle. We're still very far away from the Phoenix, but we're going to get the fenced meadow anyway. So yes, here. Yeah, we only have, in case you haven't noticed, let me go to here, our Kingdom Overview tab. In the treasury, we have 6 wood, 14 mercury, 26 ore, 17 sulfur, 14 crystal, and 13 mercury. I think that that's 13 mercury. No, 14 mercury. What's that? Oh, gems, 13 gems. Okay, but if the red tower costs 10,000 gold, which is what I expected, we should be able to pick that up next week. Do you care more about getting phoenixes, or do you care more about purchasing all your troops and then getting into the middle of the map so you can go and do damage to everybody else? Tough to say. I think that I'm inclined to not go for phoenixes. I think I'm inclined to seek my fortune up here. What's that? I think that, oh yeah, if this is the claw, then this is a town or a castle that we should go north and take. So this is going to be a pack of unicorns. We can take a pack of unicorns. Yeah, if we can get Rebecca over there, she can take all the forces. She'll do fine. Folks, I think that we are going on to day 7, knowing that we're not going to get phoenixes. We're going to pick up as many troops as we can on day 1, and we're going to go north through the unicorns and have ourselves a real fun time. There you go. Part of the Blind says I might call it Jif, mostly because of the peanut butter as your favorite food. I love Jif. Peanut butter and honey sandwiches. Anybody else? No, just me. It's funny because I think the peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and honey sandwiches are something I picked up from my dad. My dad will tell you stories of when he was a young lad and he worked at an apiary with the bees. And my dad got to the point where he could easily, like no question, no doubt, tell the difference between honey made from bees that got into the clover field versus bees that got into any number of any other things. I think that that's kind of impressive myself. I can kind of tell the difference between certain brands of honey, sure, but my dad apparently got really good. Maybe a little too good. There are sprites coming up here real quick. I'm going to purchase these unicorns because I'm going to use them to clear out the unicorns. And I'm going to leave all the ranged creatures behind because they're going to be a little bit too, well, a little bit too easy to kill, a little too fragile for my liking. So we're gonna have unicorns, dwarves, sprites, and we're just gonna have Luna clear out this little area in a second. Oh no, wait, we're gonna hand off the troops is actually what we're gonna do. So, unicorns here. Dwarves here. I'm gonna put the unicorns here, peasants there. I don't care if I lose the peasants, they were free. Then it's gonna be Gem that attacks this group. Look how quickly I'm doing this, folks. Are you proud of me? Look how quickly we just marshaled our forces for this fight. Good job, Fixfox. Okay, how do I cast a spell? Okay, so if I click A, I'll pass on these units' turn. Okay, you can always check in battle what the enemies are doing, which is kind of cool. If I hit enter, can I cast a spell? I can. So you can flee from the battle, you can cast a spell, I can surrender if I was up against an enemy. Look at the graphics, Gem the Sorceress, and look at the portrait, that's totally Gem. That is totally my girl. We're gonna cast this Bless spell on the dwarves. Unicorns are best, like no doubt, but we are going to miss our turn. I'm going to cast it on the dwarves. Look at the cool little sprite work. Ah, I love that. Okay, so unicorns, I am going to skip with the unicorns. Okay, unicorns aren't bothered at all by the sprites. Dwarves, so unicorns take the damage, then dwarves, then the peasants. It looks like this bottom stack of 4 sprites is going to do nothing. The dwarves will attack here. 5 sprites are destroyed. Peasants are going to get their shot off. That's interesting. Okay, you know what I just noticed? Hold on. Hold on. So the sprites got to go first. Medium speed. Typically, the unicorns would get to go first because they are 5 speed in the actual game. They're 5 speed and sprites are 4 speed. At least in Heroes 2. Forget how it works in Heroes 1. In Heroes 1, is there just slow, medium, and fast? What are Phoenixes at that point? I don't know. But the unicorns actually did not get to go first because of their little shenanigans, their little horsey shenanigans. But they will kill the sprites. There's no way I'm going to lose a unicorn here, right? Can I tell how many hit points are left? 10 attack skill, 9 defense, 7 to 14 damage, 40 HP, and you can't tell how much damage is on the top stack, so it's a little bit difficult to play in the most precise way. It still gets the job done, you're just missing some information that I typically like to use. So, you know, glorious victory. This was not supposed to be a hard fight, but now this is going to give us 2,000 gold. We're going to take the gold instead of the XP for sure. And then rather than do another big hero swap, I'm just going to move Gem to here. And then tomorrow we will make our adjustments on day 1, because folks, it is officially day 1. It's day 1. That's where we're at. Oops, that's not good. Day 1, as soon as I make sure there's no other purchases. Red Tower is going to cost you 10,000 gold, 20 mercury, 30 ore. We will be able to pick this up next week. I think? Yeah, for sure we will. For sure we will. But it's time to say adieu, hit intern, and that was a very successful first week of the game, folks. If I do say so myself, I'm very happy for it. Good, 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 good. Frodo the Blind says, in Heroes 1, is there no partial damage? Like, are the unicorns still at full health? There is partial damage, I just don't think it's displayed. I don't think that you get to, like, see it. If you have 1 HP left or 20 HP left on the top stack, you know, I just think that that's still kept track of internally in the game. We just don't get to see it. It sounds like everybody in the chat loves peanut butter and honey sandwiches. Happy to hear that. Love to hear that, Borisser and Frodo the Blind. Absolutely, love that. Love that. Tobal says to Tundar that they made a map recently. Yes, and Tobal, thank you for posting that to the Fixfox Discord. I will look to get to that as quickly as I possibly can. I'm looking forward to it. Wonderful. Bearded Man says for GIF, they respect the creator's wishes, and so that's why you say GIF. I respect that you respect them. That's great. I appreciate that. That's what society is built off of, is mutual respect. And Bearded Man also says ping instead of PNG. Oh, yes. For the file type, as opposed to a JPEG, you say ping instead of a PNG. Gotcha. Okay. And X instead of Twitter for the same reason. Yeah. it's just hard because Twitter, for me, Twitter is more descriptive about what it actually was. I hear X, and for some reason, it's not descriptive enough in my mind. Like I don't have the mental schema where I can place what X actually means in that context. Like there's no context with the letter X. Like it's not descriptive enough for me to actually put it somewhere in my brain. So Twitter makes more sense to me, but again, mutual respect. And not to be nitpicky, Topol says, but the creator of Twitter didn't want to call it X, only the person who bought it later. Yeah. I'm going to stay far, far away from that because I don't know. People buy stuff all the time. And I don't know. It's kind of like, is Disneyland really Disneyland at this point? When Walt Disney was in charge of Disneyland, I think that it was something very different than what I even experienced as a kid, because Walt Disney was dead long before I ever went to Disneyland. And yet I wonder if the feel is different. Things like this do matter. Windoella is in the chat and says butter instead of solid milk. What? Hey, I've got a kid who is still drinking milk in a bottle, and geez, that kid is, man, solid milk. But don't forget a bottle that you just left under a kid's blanket forever. Folks, this is the end of week 1, and it's week of the Druid. Druid dwelling growth is up by 5. Perfect for us sorceresses. Perfect for us sorceresses. We're going to take a 5-minute break just so that way we can have a nice fun time with it. I can tell that I'm being a little bit more taxed in my brain by all these decision makings, and that's not a bad thing. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes. Thanks so much for the time, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes. Thanks. Okay, and we are back. So it's amazing how long it actually takes me to get out of the game and then back into the game. But I think we are back into the game, and I think we just hit okay. So week of the Druid. Not too bad. Not too bad. We're going to have Rebecca go back into the castle. I think we're going to have enough resources to at least get a level 2 Mage Guild. And I think that the level 2 Mage Guild is going to be really exciting because, sure, we'll have good forces, but then we'll also have some nice spells. Maybe if we're going to be heading into the middle of the map, it'll be exceptionally nice for us to do some really fun stuff. Oh, one sec. I got to check something. I think I messed something up. And there you go. Alrighty. We were talking about the game sound beforehand, and I always turn it off due to OBS, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, there you go. Game sound is always a fun thing. So, Mage Guild is where heroes learn and replenish spells. Do I want to improve this? Yes, I do. So we now have level 2 spells. Oh, look at this. Oh. There's 3 scrolls for level 1, 2 scrolls for level 2. Does it go up to level 5? Do you get 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1? Is that how that works? See, this is the problem. When you don't play a lot of Heroes 1, you're like, I don't know if this is correct or not. But what do we got here? We have Turn Undead. Instantly sends a group of ghosts back to the grave. So this is like the precursor to Holy Shout and Holy Word, and it only worked on ghosts because there was no necromancy, right? Like there was no necromancers. So cool that we have this Turn Undead. That actually might help us take a haunted gold mine somewhere. That's kind of interesting. And then amazing that Haste is a level 2 spell, but increases the speed of any creature to very fast. Oh, that's actually broken. If you take your very slow dwarves and they go from slow to very fast, that's actually massive. Oh my gosh, that is great. So don't cast this on like your phoenixes because they're already very fast anyway. They probably don't get higher skilled than that. Very cool. And then remember, in the well, we can click on the well, but I don't think we can purchase from the well. But this does let us know that you got to purchase here. We're just going to go max, recruit, go to here, max, recruit. And I suppose I should actually make sure I'm purchasing unicorns first. I don't know how much gold I have left. Okay, let's get druids first next, max. Yeah. So we're already out of gold. So we have 2,300 gold. 6 unicorns, or 6 druids rather, is going to cost you 2,100 gold. So we're going to recruit all of these ladies. And so we are flat broke. Folks, we are broke. As far as gold goes, we have no gold. We do have, looks like 19 of these dwarves, a couple of these druids. They're a little bit tough to tell what they are, but we're going to make do. And then I do know that we have 3 heroes now. I think that we're going to do this. Let's go to, not Rebecca, let's go to Jem, who's going to hand off these forces. Okay. The because she doesn't have a lot, but she's got enough. Unicorns, come on down. Dwarves, same, and now she'll keep the peasants for herself. But then it'll be Rebecca who's going to head north. She's picked up the spells that we wanted her to pick up, and we're just going to hero chain forces up to the very, very front. You know, some of those typical Heroes of Might and Magic skills that we try and use occasionally. So Gem's going to stay here for now. Okay, and then I don't think I really need Luna to do much, but I will have her go grab this windmill. Could be good. 2 Mercury. We actually did want that because the 2 Mercury is going to be important so that we can get Phoenixes. Level 2 Mage Guild was a little bit costly. I know that's for sure. And so then just in case there's any problems, I'm going to send Luna up to here. I think that we're out of movement points on everybody but Gem. And we don't want any purchases because we're already done. I think we just hit end turn and go on to day 2. Cool. Nice. Nice. Now, I didn't call it out at the time, but we did see, I think it was the yellow player at one point. And when we saw the yellow player, they were up here and the game kind of snapped over here. Wait a second. Yogg the Barbarian is just sitting there? Has he not moved for the last like 10 minutes? It's a little bit weird. It's not what I would expect, but okay. I'm gonna take, let's see, with 2,000 gold, I'm gonna just snap purchase all the elves. Do you want elves or do you want unicorns? It's gonna be, you're gonna be up against unicorns in a second. I think you actually want to go for unicorns over any ranged creatures just to make sure you can fight this fight a little bit better. So we got 200 gold left. I mean, that is maybe enough for 1 elf. No, it's not even enough for 1 elf. It's 250 gold. Still, this is still better for you than you'd like. Better than no extra troops. 4 additional unicorns feels okay. Whoops, dismiss. Okay, so we're currently on Rebecca. I need to go to Gem. This would actually be a lot funner with a controller. On a keyboard, it's okay. It's all right, but if you had a controller, even just something you could plug into your device, I think that that would make this a little bit more enjoyable because then I would have less buttons to worry about. In this modern era of gaming, things like my little computer here, the arrow keys are very, very small. It'd be nice to not have to worry about that nearly so much. Okay, we're gonna do a hero chain. We're gonna go Luna here. She's gonna stay put. She's now got the spells we wanted her to have. Whoops. But we're gonna be ready for Rebecca to fight these unicorns. She can go right now. Do we wait 1 more day? I don't think you do. I think you just go. I think you just go. Let's make this happen. The battlefield feels so small. Okay, so we're gonna start off with, it looks like the druids. Yeah, the druids are going. They're flapping their arms to prove that it's their turn. I don't know if the unicorns can get down the battlefield in 1 turn, but due to this terrain, these unicorns are stuck, I think. So I think you're actually very much best off fighting here. But I do think that we got some opportunities for a spell. So let's consider, do you want to haste the dwarves now, or do you want to bless somebody instead? Oh, that's right, we have 4 instances. We have 4 uses of the bless before we have to replenish this. Do you want to bless here? I think you do. Typically, druids have really good attack skill, 7 attack skill, doing 5 to 8 damage. I think that that's the right choice. We'll attack here. We do not kill a unicorn. Okay. This top stack of unicorns does have to wait its turn. 1, 2 shots. Hey, we got a unicorn. Bada bing. And my unicorns, I could attack if I want to. If I do, I'm going to put myself in a little bit of a tough spot. I don't think I can get too far away. I think I just skip with my unicorns, actually. Skip with my unicorns. My sprites, I am going to send them out. And we're going to go up here, so maybe the dwarves can get there in just a second or 2. Do we kill a unicorn? Not quite. Yeah, and the dwarves are so slow. Definitely time to cast that haste spell we were talking about. Okay, dwarves, I believe in you. Best of luck. Use my level 2 spell. Be the very best you can be. Faster, stronger, all these things. All that jazz. Shoot the unicorn. Do we kill it? No, we do not. There's like probably 12 HP left on that unicorn if I had to guess. If I had to guess. And then I'm going to try and save these sprites by letting the dwarves do a bunch of damage. They do. Are we going to get blinded ever? Now that's interesting, and I don't know the answer to that. We kill one unicorn here with the elves. We do. Dwarf goes down. Retaliations are fine. My unicorns are going to attack, and they're going to prevent these unicorns from getting into the druids. Oh, there's the blind! Holy kittens, did you see that? Oh, I wish that there was a way to like replay the turn to see what happened there. Hold on, hold on. If I click on you like this, oh, and it's spell. At the very bottom it says spell, blind. If I remember in Heroes 1, you could only have like one spell active. So if you were slowed by the enemy, you could like counteract that with a bless. I don't think you could have two spell effects active at the same time. I could be wrong, but right now these enemy unicorns are blinded, and that's great for me. I'm gonna evacuate the sprites because they're so fragile. I want them for later. And we're doing great. This is great. We kill one unicorn here. That means that the 3 unicorns in the upper right are not gonna get to take their turn. I'm gonna shoot the unicorns with my druids because I think I can kill them here, and then maybe my unicorns can step up and do some damage. No? Maybe retaliation? There you go. Nice retaliation. Unicorns turn. They're not going to be able to reach the enemy unicorns. A little bit tough to figure out exactly how far these enemies should go. Okay, so now I get a taste of my own medicine, and my unicorns have now been blinded. Our sprites are going to kill this unicorn here for sure. They don't? Wait, you're telling me 46 sprites is not going to kill one unicorn? What crazy sort of a world are you living in? That's actually amazing. 46 sprites didn't kill one unicorn? That's not correct to my mind. Huh. Okay. It looks like there are 2 unicorns that are going to step up to mine. I'll take it. And there's no way I kill this unicorn here. Oh, it was. So even 2 elves was able to just finish them off. 46 sprites was able to do just enough, I guess. So I like it. All right, overall, 3 dwarves lost. This feels fine to me. 520 experience. We're gonna use our movement points correctly. You know what? We have other heroes coming behind us. We're not gonna wait. We're gonna head into this area. A glorious victory. So apparently we took this town in the very center and there was no defenders, so we just take it for free. And this is another sorcerer's castle. Hey, bada bing. Bada bing. That feels pretty good. We got no gold. We can't make any purchases, but that's fine. But it's a town and not a castle, so you can't hire heroes from it. That's the difference in the sprite work from here to there. It does kind of look like a sprite town, you know? There's lots of trees in there. Okay. I'm getting cozy vibes from that. But we're gonna have Gem go up. Yes, Gem. Gem the Sorceress shall sally forth north. And it will be Luna who actually is gonna stay put, because I think that she could bring some additional forces to the north fairly soon. Let's go on to day 3 of the new week. Windowella says, we actually got Heroes 8-bit before Heroes 8. Yeah. Well, I mean, and even though this has been around for a while, this is... Okay, let's start to evaluate, folks. How well does this game play? This game is actually playing pretty darn well. I'm actually very, very impressed with how well this is playing. I've played games that have like a really bad port, and they just are not fun. They're not worth your time. I don't recommend them. I think you could have a lot of fun with this. I really think you could have a lot of fun with this. So I would highly encourage you to go and try and have some fun with this. You go have fun with it, and you let me know if you like it or not later. The controls are fairly intuitive, all things considered. I feel like I am playing a hero's game, like I'm using my strategy to win the day. I gotta tell you, partially this is a lot easier than I think it would be for somebody who is brand new. If this was your very first introduction to Heroes of Might and Magic, I think that you would actually not be having a very good time. Because I know a lot about Heroes 1 and Heroes 2, I can play this game and I know some intuitive things, right? Oh, I'm expecting a blind from the unicorns. Or, oh, I know I need to be able to cast spells. If you don't know that there's opportunities out there, then you're probably not gonna have a fun time. But if you do know, like we know, that you're gonna have a really good time. So it plays like a Heroes Might and Magic game. This feels fairly tactical, all things considered. Yeah, this is okay. This is okay. I wish that it was somebody's first experience, though, that there'd be a way to tell how strong some of these creatures are. Like this group of peasants, I don't know. I don't know of anybody that would think that peasants are very, very tough to deal with, but if you don't know, you don't know. Let's do this. Big group goes down here. I think that my sprites can all kill here. I can kill one anyway. There. Yeah, like I don't know how somebody on their first try would know that you can kill a horde of peasants with 3 elves. Probably not very likely that somebody would get that. Okay, I think Luna's already been to this gazebo. Will it tell me? It won't tell me, so you have to keep track of whether or not you've been somewhere with a certain hero or not. That's good information. And then Rebecca's got movement, Gem's got movement. Let's go to Gem first so she can pick up some of this free stuff. I'm interested to know if enemies are going to come into the center or not. Because if it was me, I would come to the center fairly quickly. I don't know how good the AI is. The AI could be sloppy, it could be okay. By the way, Campfire, it was 5 mercury and 800 gold. There was, again, a flavor text there. I didn't read it. I will try my best to read that next time. So then Rebecca, rather than go to the east, where Gem is, I'm going to go to the west. I'm going to pick up a pile of wood. You find a small quantity of wood, 11 wood. Feels like a lot of wood. And then there's a pile of gems. Yeah, small quantity of gems, 7. That feels like a lot. And then this is a ore mine? I think that this is an ore mine, guarded by some gargoyles. We'll check that out in a second. But it's now officially time to check to see if there's any purchases we can make. So at this town, what do we need? What are we missing? Oh, you got to upgrade this to a castle first. Yes, so this is a town, so we can't bypass the castle. And this is going to cost 5,000 gold, 20 wood, 20 ore. It does. So town is not going to be upgraded anytime soon. Castle, though, still waiting for the phoenixes. We are going to be there in 3 days. 3 days we'll be there to phoenixes. So make no additional purchases until day 6. Let's go on to a new day. But Windowella says that the game is so immersive. I feel like this is really immersive. I do wonder if anybody else thinks that the music is starting to get just a tiny bit grating. It's not bad. And for other games that are of this variety and style, it seems to me to be at least good, if not great. But, you know, anytime there's 8-bit music, it does tend to cause me some problems personally. It's not my favorite. Okay, that is an ore mine to our immediate north. I already have one. I think I'm okay to bypass that. There's a shrine here. A half-hidden shrine shelters a rustic wooden altar. Excuse me. A golden plaque is set into the altar. It bears the formula for an ancient magical spell. That is the Bless spell. Very good. And I do know that there's enemies to the north and to the east and to the west. Am I ready to go into this direction? I think I'm going to continue on this way. I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but I'm going to continue to be very cavalier. It looks like that's a fountain. I'll go see if I can pick up +1 luck. Does it say it's a fountain? Yeah, that's a fountain. Okay. And then Gem's got stuff to do. She's going to pick up this shrine here. I don't know if it's a level 1 shrine or a level 2 shrine. Wow, View Towns. Okay, we're going to cast View Towns immediately. So let's go... not here. Here. Now we got 3 casts. Causes all towns and castles across the land to become visible. So based off of our middle area here... oh, there's not one to the east? Surprising. Okay. There's one to the immediate north, owned by Red. Is there anything over here? I can't tell where the edge is, which is kind of a problem. There's no towns or castles over here. Is there only one castle up here? That's very interesting. I don't know what to believe here because I think that I should be able to see a castle over here. Huh. Okay, so we might have either a bug or a feature, but that's not what I would expect there. Small quantity of gems, okay. And we might lose gem if we go further east. I'm gonna go kind of in this direction. There's a castle up here. I want to know what it is, and I want to know if enemies are going to come streaming forth from it very, very soon or not. Okay, Luna's got stuff to do. Hold on. I'm going to use this for the first time. Nice. Nice. Oh, a walk function is actually really, really good. Because as you explore the map, if you can set your heading far before you actually get there, you're feeling very, very good if you can just walk there. That's, in fact, one of the big issues I currently have with Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is that I have to re-click for all my heroes. It doesn't remember where I sent them the day before. At least that's the way it is with the demo right now. By the way, with Olden Era, we have no update as far as when the game is to be released. I'm hoping that that's going to change at some point, but it'll come out when it comes out. At this point, that's just the way I feel about it. It'll come out when it comes out. Let's do this real quick. Let's do a swap. I think I want... Hold on. Can I swap here? Is this the wrong screen for that? Maybe this is the wrong screen for that. Okay, this is just the view screen. Don't tell me I can only swap in a castle. That just doesn't make any sense. B to view creature info. I don't know what to do here because I'm trying to move the sprites up in turn order. Is there backspace, enter? No. I'm not sure how to do this, but I do want to move the sprites up in turn order if we're going to be fighting centaurs. I don't know if I can. I'm sure I can, I just don't know what it is. Roman does hope that they get an Olden Era release date pretty soon. I'm sure that they will. I'm sure that they will, but I'm also sure, like you say, that they will give us like a little bit of a release date. I did see on the Unfrozen Discord that they are not going to just shadow drop the game. It's not going to be a surprise, which I really appreciate because I kind of felt like when the demo dropped that was a bit of a surprise. They can do whatever they want to do. It's their game, right? It's their project, but still. Kind of wish I had a little bit more heads up. We would have played more if I could have had a little bit more heads up, but that's just me. Okay, let's do a haste on the dwarves. We'll attack top to bottom. All the centaurs goes down. Look at the dwarves. You can cross the entire battlefield. Haste is so overpowered. Good luck. Oh my goodness. Centaurs attack from the top. They attack move. Or move attack, whichever way you like it. And you see, this is why I want the sprites to be at the top of the battlefield. I just couldn't figure out how to do that. Thankfully, the unicorns are going to take the damage, but, you know, it's little things like that. I recognize I could play a little bit more adequately. I could play better if I can figure out the controls. Okay, so the dwarves are super fast. Yeah, haste is a crazy spell. Oh my goodness. No losses. We're going to step on this campfire first. Campfire says, ransacking an enemy camp, you discover a hidden cache of treasures. Gold and sulfur, very nice. A little bit more mercury. Small quantity anyway. And we're going to grab the alchemist lab here, which is great because we do want to make sure that we can get our phoenixes this week. Then we come upon, I guess, our fourth obelisk. Very nice. We got 4 out of 8. I think that we should be able to know where this is by now. I'm wondering if it's up here. Like this terrain, it could be over here, but there's grass on the edge. I think that the puzzle map kind of makes me think that there's like a little bit of a land bridge and some mountains. These mountain ranges in the bottom left are kind of interesting to me. So I think, I don't know, I almost wonder if it's something like this. Maybe it's down here. Maybe it's down there. I don't know. But I'm still excited to kind of move on and see what else we can find. I don't remember if I picked up this mine yet or not. Owned by green player. Wait, I'm blue. Okay, so we do know that there's a green player somewhere around here. We gotta go find him though. On to Gem. Gem is going to mosey on up. Is this mine owned by anybody? It's owned by red player. So there's no little flags that indicate who is where, but this ore mine is added to our holdings. Can we reach this castle? We can, but Batanya the sorceress is there with a pack of sprites, several of the dwarves, a pack of the druids, and a few of the elves. We're gonna stay away from her. In fact, I think we're gonna run as far south as we can go, just to make sure that nobody follows us. I'm guessing that the enemy's already scouted at least up to this distance. As much as possible, we do want to stay away from them. Let's not lose any heroes. And here. Luna is still waiting. Tomorrow is when we're going to get the phoenixes. So right now, Luna is just good to wait. Nothing else to do at the moment. And will it show me? Yes. Okay, so red player's going south. Red player reclaims that ore mine. Jojosh, was it Jojosh? I think it was Jojosh finally moved for the first time. They have finally done something. Poke him with a stick and tell him get a move on there. With a quick strike, you seize a sulfur mine. It will produce 1 unit of sulfur per day. I don't know what these orcs are guarding. I don't know if I really care. There's area down here. I'm sure that there's enemies up to the north in a castle. So I'm actually going to go south because I do want to attack with phoenixes. When the time comes, I think the phoenixes are just going to be the best way of doing this. And so let's actually position Gem in a way where she can be this hero in the hero chain. Is it bad to say that I think that this song is going to be stuck in my head? Is that a good thing? I think that might be a good thing. I think I'm okay with that. All right, folks, we have picked up our phoenixes. We now have, if we go to the well here, sprites, dwarves, elves, druids, unicorns, and phoenixes. Right now we have 1 phoenix. I love the Heroes Might and Magic 1 phoenix. It looks so cute. Love that thing. Let's get whatever phoenixes we can in a second. It's currently day 6. So I think we're gonna try to marshal our forces to the front for the next 2 days or so. Still skipping on Luna. But will we take any pressure from the enemy player? Now that is a bit of a question. I don't know the answer, but I am excited to find out. Bearded Man says, the Game Boy Color was very limited, only being able to display up to 54 colors at once. With such a low resolution, more colors would have gone a long way. I think that you're completely right. I wonder if part of that, I mean, low computing power, sure. But I also wonder if there was some part of that that was related to like battery life. Because I'm sure that the more advanced the hardware, battery life goes down. I'm sure that they made some decisions to try and optimize the hardware for their limitations of the day. It's so funny to think of it in those terms, but really, they were doing a lot of work, I'm sure, to make sure that it was as good of an experience as they could possibly make it. And I'm grateful that they did that. Grateful that they did their best there. Okay, I don't know if speed matters or not, but I'm going to move the slower troops up here. Yeah, it looks like Luna's got like a little bit of her movement bar not filled right now. Let's hit end turn and go on to the new day. And we'll see if she's going to have more movement points first thing in the morning or not. Because maybe she'll have a very full bar. Like if you have dwarves, maybe you have half of a bar. Maybe if you have the fastest troops possible, maybe you have a full bar. I don't know how this works, but I'm excited to find out. And folks, it's a new week, week of the cavalry. Cavalry dwellings are +5 to the growth. Let's hope that that doesn't hurt us. And let's go immediately to the castle. Go here. Nope, here. And let's make our purchases. I think it's obvious that first we ought to purchase as many phoenixes as possible. We're gonna max out at 4 for 1 mercury and 1,500 gold each. That is a steal. That's an absolute best case scenario there. What do we purchase next? Tell you what, you can get a lot of elves or you can get a couple of druids. I'm just gonna go for these elves. That way we're gonna have 2 pretty good range stacks that can maybe cause the enemy some grief. Luna, it looks like, did not get additional movement points. Maybe elves are medium speed. Yeah, the phoenixes though are fast. Okay, so phoenixes are fast. Really? Phoenixes are only fast? That's crazy. Because there is a very fast speed in the game. I kind of figured that they would have been that hero. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, Luna is going to come up here and do this big swap. Oh, I could have even put Gem out a little bit further if I wanted to. It's okay. Bring him on down. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, bring them out, bring them out. Give the people what they want. I know what they want. They want to see Gem bring phoenixes to my main fighting force so that we can just absolutely wail on somebody. Now we could go immediately north, I suppose, because we know that there's enemies up there. Is that going to be the best thing for us? Maybe. We just go take this castle. It is a sorcerer's castle. But we're kind of primed to go up in this direction, and we know that this was taken by somebody. Even though we didn't see it on the view towns, I think that there's got to be somebody up in that direction. Tell you what, we're going to go defeat these gargoyles real quick, so that way we can do our hero swap a little bit better in just a second. I don't want to cast too many spells, because I do want to make sure that we have enough spells for future fights. I can cast a Bless, though. It's just like the hastes are really, really valuable. So let's do the Bless here. And we'll attack this very top group of the gargoyles. One is left. Okay. Unicorns take the retaliation. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, and druids take the damage over the sprites. That was going to be a question for me. I wasn't sure which was which. Weird that the dwarves take the damage over the elves, though. That's a bit surprising. Elves do a little stabby stab attack. Unicorns are going to help out with this bottom stack of gargoyles there. Sprites are going to help out here. 3 gargoyles goes down. Okay, we are rolling through these enemies. And then do my druids get to go first? No, the gargoyles get to go first. But they're not going to kill a full unicorn. Druids get to go next. And that's going to be the fight. So, believe it or not, the Game Boy Color version is actually feeling much stronger. Like, it's going much faster than the original Heroes Might Magic 1 was. Heroes Might Magic 1, it takes forever for the units to like fly down the battlefield. I feel like I'm getting more Heroes Might Magic 1 per turn, per hour, than I was otherwise. By the way, you enhance your glittering reputation by acquiring another gold mine, 3k gold. Definitely needed that. It definitely needed that. I think the gem can reach me next turn. I'm going to start heading in this direction. She's just gonna have to catch up. Her job is to catch up next time. And Luna is gonna grab the windmill. And that's the end of the day. Fixfox wife is in the chat. She says, whoa, this is funky. Hey, Fixfox wife. What's up, beautiful? Good to see you there. Yeah, definitely not the Heroes Might Magic that we are used to. And the controls are a little bit odd. A little bit, you know, a little bit strange, but we're still having fun. And I gotta tell you folks, that is the most important thing. If you're not having fun, what are you doing? What are you doing? And this is fun. I can understand if some people are like, whoa, Fixfox, this is not my speed. This is not the type of game that I'm here for. I would completely and totally understand. And I would support you in doing something else with your day, right? This is interesting. And this is fun. This is fun. I'm having a fun time here. Now we have a choice. Do you want to keep... we got 6 types of creatures here, and we only have 5 slots in the army. Do you just want to leave the sprites? I'm okay with leaving sprites, I think. We are about to attack a castle, though. Tell you what, we're going to do this. We're going to leave the dwarves because they're going to be probably slower. I'm going to leave this one sprite, just so that way, if I need to trade in the future, it's not going to be as tough. There we go. And then I think... yeah, I'm just going to send Gem back to this area, the resupply, while Luna continues on. And then we'll send, now that our other logistics are done, we're going to send Rebecca up. I'm going to still ignore these orcs, but there's got to be a castle up here. There just has to be. Oh, what's this? Sawmill? I think this is a sawmill. Going out on a limb. On a limb, you obtain a sawmill. It will produce 2 units of wood per day. Oh, that's good. Good stuff. We'll just continue on up the way. We'll find out what this means and where this takes us. It's on to a new day. I don't think I have any purchases to make. Oh, we see an enemy hero. You dastardly dog. This player, the green player, just took our sawmill from us. and they thought that I wouldn't care. Pro tip, I care. Folks, for the very first time, we're gonna have a battle with an enemy hero. And that feels good. Obelisks says it's so cool that the graphics are very chunky, but the animation is so smooth. That is exactly the best way of putting it. Like, blocky, chunky, yes, yes, yes. But also, like when the gargoyles fly, they're so smooth. It's a good way of putting it. And it is very, very interesting. I completely agree. I think that we can get a double hex attack off if we attack here. Ah. Oh, that's not good. Oh no, we lost a full Phoenix? What in the world? I should cast a spell. Folks, I think I should have cast a spell. What's gonna be the best spell for me? I'm going to cast Haste on who? With no dwarves, I think that the unicorns can get in the way and do some damage. Let's do that. Haste on the unicorns, so they're gonna get to go very, very quickly. Cavalry are getting some damage taken. These are swordsmen. I'm gonna attack the swordsmen. I'm not worried about the peasants stepping down. You go, unicorns. No blind, that's okay. And then elves. Yeah, I think I gotta keep focusing on these cavalry. One goes down here, but not another one. Dude, cavalry are tough. Oh my goodness. We do get the good morale from the elves. 10 elves did not, oh my goodness. 10 elves did not do the damage. These cavalry are tough. And remember, it was weak of the cavalry a little while ago. This is a problem. These enemies are actually pretty tough combatants. Oh my gosh. And I don't have any damaging spells. So the unicorns are going to get to go first. Looks like we can attack the cavalry. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to absolutely bless my unicorns. Blessed unicorns is one of the best things you can always do. They're fast already. Let's get them even faster. And maybe we hope for a good blind? 2 of these cavalries are destroyed. We lose a unicorn in retaliation. They curse the phoenixes. Another phoenix dies. We do want the phoenixes to stay alive for future castle fights. I think I might want to just back off with the phoenixes. No, you're in the fight. Like, you're in it. I think you're going to attack in this direction so the pikemen can't do additional damage. But let's just hope we don't lose another phoenix. My goodness. We'll attack the swordsman here. Yeah, 6 druids are not doing much damage. That's a little bit surprising. A little scary? A little bit scary. Okay, so we're gonna do some math in just a quick second. We get the high morale again, thank goodness. So swordsman, 9 attack skill, 14 defense, 4 to 6 damage, 25 HP. Okay. Cavalry are 12 attack, 14 defense. So they're tanky and they do a bunch of damage. And it's 5 to 10. So their max range of damage is actually a lot. They are fast creatures, 30 HP though. And then these pikemen are 7 attack, 14 defense. Dude, pikemen are way better. Pikemen are way better. Oh my goodness. Only 15 HP, but the attack and the defense feels crazy to me. Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? 12 attack, 11 defense. Folks, we're up against this enemy here. I can't see their stats, but this is a knight. So all this is me up against a knight. The cavalry and these pikemen, they have such high stats because they're led by a knight with plus attack and plus defense. Clearly that's what's going on. This is actually a main hero. I did not realize that. So of course my ranged creatures are tickling. Of course I'm losing phoenixes. Like, really, when it comes down to it, this is actually to be expected. Because we're supposed to equalize this fight by doing a lot of spell damage, and we're just not getting that. So, okay, we've got to keep the ranged creatures alive. All of a sudden, I realize the stakes here, and this feels bad. 2 of the unicorns goes down. Okay. Phoenix is going to get this nice double attack off here. I don't think it matters whether I do swordsman or pikeman here. I don't think. Is there a better spell to cast at the moment? Probably want to do the bless on somebody. Probably like the druids though. There's only 1 phoenix. I don't think that's going to be it. Bearded Man says, dare I say this feels smoother than the original Heroes 1? I would agree. I would definitely agree. And perhaps the druids should be swapped for the dwarves. I think after this fight, that's actually a really good idea. I think it's an excellent idea. So we're down to the bless here. Hoping that the bless will do some damage. There's still bunch of these cavalry, I think I'm going to lose the Phoenix. I don't think I can stop from losing the Phoenix. Do we lose them here? No. But will the pikemen kill them? That's maybe the question. Elves can probably kill a couple of good pikemen, 1 or 2. They kill 1. That's not many. Do I lose the Phoenix? No, thank goodness, the Phoenix still survives. And then the sprites are staying right here because I don't want the cavalry to go around and get into the druids. Unicorns still gotta take their turn, I guess. We'll attack here. Okay, there's a blind. And now the Phoenix does get its turn. I wish I knew how much... Oh boy, I wish I knew what the Phoenix had left in HP. If I haste somebody, I might be able to get the Phoenixes some support. If I bless the Phoenixes, maybe I can avoid damage here. Get a nice double hex attack off. Maybe the 5 pikemen won't kill me on the retaliation. They do not, which is great. Try and protect the elves. 5 down to 3. We go from a blind to a bless onto the cavalries. And remember, I do think that that means that the cavalries get their turn. I'm not 100% sure that that's how that works, but I think that's how that works. I did not mean to skip on my elves' turn, but it worked out fine because they were in melee anyway, so I'm okay with that. The sprites are going to take the no retaliation shot. Cavalries are no longer blinded. Yeah, and so long as I can keep the cavalry away from the Phoenixes, then we have a chance to keep the Phoenix alive. Please keep the Phoenix alive. Down to 1 pikeman. Swordsmen are not going to back off the elves. There's no way that they're going to go back off and try and kill the Phoenix. I think we just kill the enemy here, hopefully. Do they run? No, they do not run. 1 elf goes down. And now the elves are going to, in melee, finish this fight off, I hope? I think? Not quite. The sprites are going to do it. Crazy fight. Okay. Folks, this was really cool. And the only thing that I'm wondering about is this. Is there a way for me to tell what the enemy stats are? I don't think I can. I don't think I can... Backspace? No. Enter? Yeah, I can't tell what the enemy stats are, insofar as I'm aware. You just kind of have to feel it out, which is crazy, but okay, so be it. And there you go. Major losses, but we did a lot of damage too. We took out 13 cavalries, that was a bunch. And for the unicorns and the phoenixes, I don't feel like that was worth it necessarily, but I'm still happy for it. We've captured an enemy artifact, Divine Breastplate. If that is +3, I'm gonna go bananas. +3 defense. All of a sudden we have 0 attack, 4 defense, 3 spell power, 5 knowledge. We're building a really good hero. I am good for that. Now we're not very attacker strong, but overall this worked out well. And we see a castle not too far away. Is it undefended? Undefended castle. We will take it. Glorious victory. Rebecca gets no experience, but we take a new castle. Does this vanquish an opponent? No. Look at this. There's somebody just over here. Oh, and we can actually see their stats. Look at this. Ari the Warlock, 0 attack, 1 defense, 3 spell power, 2 knowledge. I'm guessing that this is their final hero with only a centaur and like a little bit of, gargoyle power. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling very good. We do have the paladins from the cathedral. I'm gonna try this. Hold on. Let's see if our movement is max at the start of the next turn if we don't have any slow forces. We'll see about that. And then I do feel like we gotta check this mage guild. Wow, look at this. View resources, curse, bless, haste, and blind. One of the best spells of all time, folks. The blind spell is officially ours to be played with. Great stuff. Bearded Man says that was a great fight too. Perfect. I'm glad you think so. It turned out well. Like losing 3 phoenixes, not ideal. I didn't realize that the enemy was going to be as strong as they were, but I will take that victory. Man, I will definitely take that victory. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. And we do still have forces at home. The dwarves, I think, are just going to kind of hold this middle area until Luna gets a nice resupply off, but we have multiple castles now. I'm not going to purchase any knight troops anytime soon. Yeah, not anytime soon. So let's have Luna just wait here overnight. Let's just go on to a new day. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. What is Green going to do with their 1 hero in the upper left? I don't think Aerie even moved. I think it would have showed us if Aerie moved. Yeah, Aerie didn't even move. By the way, Rebecca does have full movement points, so this little adjustment did matter, I think. I say I think. I hope. I hope. Is this going to defeat green player? One centaur. Oh, this is so sad. One centaur, one pikeman. Phoenix is going to have a field day here. As are these druids. Yeah, it's over. Green player has been vanquished. Folks, big ups. Big moment. Green player has been vanquished. We have killed 1 out of our 4 enemies, and we're feeling good for it. There's something weird here, though. Look, we're on dirt terrain here. Water, clearly, is the blue. This is grass. What in the fine heck is this, I ask you? I have no idea what this is. That's crazy to me, but I think I'm going to spend the time and I'm going to go north with Rebecca. There's experience here, at least, and the experience is going to be worthwhile. +1 spell power. Maybe there's something else up here that's going to be worth her time? Is this a... I don't know what that is. Huh, that's weird. Okay, there's more to be had. We're going to explore that a little bit more. Gem is still... she's going to be right about here, ready for future resupplies. Luna is staying put. Until I see the enemy kind of come to the center of the battlefield, I'm just going to wait on my forces here. It's day 5. There is still the cathedral to be purchased in the Night Castle. We will see as we get a little bit closer to that, if that's going to be worth our time or not. Oh, is this a demon cave? What is this? Demon cave. Folks, do we have to do the demon cave? I think we've got to do the demon cave. First, we're going to pick up the obelisk here. Whoa! I moved too fast. I couldn't stop it. We're going to fight wolves. And I hope that this goes well for us. We're going to try out the blind spell for the first time. We've seen our unicorns use it, but let's use the blind spell here just for funsies. On you. And then I'm just going to wait on the Phoenix, I think. Let the wolves come to me. I don't think that wolves will cross the whole battlefield in one turn. Yeah, they don't. Peter Man says maybe it's red sand, this new terrain, or maybe lava. Lava makes sense to me. Yeah, lava makes sense to me. It's probably lava. Yeah, Bearded Man, lava. That makes sense. That makes sense. Skur says that the graphics look amazing. I feel nostalgic even though I've never had a Game Boy. I am glad you feel it that way. I think that I can say that I feel the same way. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. So, I don't know, where can you go get this for yourselves, folks? Clearly, I have a fully licensed and legal version of this emulator in the game that I purchased with my own money. So you would have to do the same. You'd have to find it yourself if you're going to find it somewhere. Unfortunately, I can't tell you where to find it. But best of luck. Best of luck in finding this. I don't actually know what the scene looks like as far as finding stuff like this anywhere. I just have no idea. Okay, it's going to be 7 wolves down to 6, 6 down to 5. Sprites. I don't think that 40-something sprites is going to kill the whole stack. No, they don't. There's still 1 wolf remaining. And it'll be the unicorns that finish this off. No, unicorns are too slow. It's surprising to me how slow unicorns are, actually. No, double hex attack. No! Good thing unicorns are tough. Okay. +1 spell power. Rebecca is so good. And you come upon an obelisk yet again. This is 5 out of 8. We might pick up all the obelisks. Folks, I think we're going to do it. There's a new artifact. You visit a wise man and explain your quest. He nods his approval and hands you a yellowed parchment scroll. Major scroll of knowledge. Very good. A little bit of artifact anyway. A little bit of resource as well. And we are going to head for this demon cave. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to find out. And by the way, Major Scroll of Knowledge is going to be a +3. It's 3 additional casts of every spell. That seems really good. That seems especially good. Holy kittens. Holy kittens. Yeah, this does look like lava here. And I do like the graphics. They do the job. Okay, folks, what is the point of graphics? The point of the graphics is to convey good game sense and knowledge. Bad graphics take away from that and they make it hard to read and hard to play a strategy game. Bad graphics put you in a position where you don't feel like cozy and you don't feel like playing the game. These graphics do the job. They make me feel like playing the game, and they feel fairly intuitive, fairly obvious about what I'm looking at here. So graphics are doing it for me. The Demon Cave. The dank cave reeks of blood. 2 large eyes glow eerily in the gloom. Do you wish to enter? Sure. You are captured by an enormous demon. Grinning, he offers to let you free for 2,500 gold. Otherwise, he will devour you. Do you pay? Obviously, I'm going to pay. What? Is that just how demon caves work? That's crazy. That's wild. Okay, I did not expect that, but okay. Let me just give you 2,500 gold for free. I'm guessing that there was a dice roll that indicated whether or not you were going to get something for free, or whether or not it was going to cost you your miserable little life if you didn't pay. I'm guessing that's what just happened. Skur says, wait, every spell point costs 1 wisdom point, no mana? Correct. So in Heroes of Might and Magic 1, the original system was this. Attack skill and defense skill does what you think it does. It makes your troops hit harder at 5 or 10% effectiveness, depending on the stats, right? Spell power determines the length and the power of the spell. So for a status effect spell like a blind, my blinds are going to last for 5 turns, right? And my lightning bolts are going to hit for a modifier of like 25 points of damage per spell power. And then in Heroes 1, the knowledge was this. The knowledge is the number of each spell you're able to memorize. And so what that means is that every time you visit a mage guild, I can remember these 5 spells 8 times. And after I cast them the 8th time, I can't cast that spell again until I come back to that mage guild, or I go to a shrine on the map, or I do whatever else. So it was a really interesting way of kind of requiring your main hero to go out and adventure and then return home, or build additional mage guilds out on the map to get new spells. Like you could have a level 5 mage guild at home, and you would have to go back every now and again just to re-engage with that, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Very different than what we were expecting from Heroes 2 and beyond. It's got some charm. Is it my favorite way of playing? No. But does it have some charm? You better believe it does. You better believe it does. So that artifact for the +3 knowledge actually is kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. All right, Cathedral produces paladins. We need 5,000 gold. We got that. We need a little bit more wood, and we need the crystal. I don't think we're going to get to this in time, folks. Unfortunately, it's day 7, and I don't think we have a marketplace anywhere. Wait, game summary? No. Dig for artifact? No. Yeah, I don't think that marketplaces were even a thing in Heroes 1. So I think that we are dealing with what we got. We don't want to stay overnight. We're just going to sally forth, pick up free ore mine, and let's go defeat Red. We're going to bring unicorns and lots of creatures up soon from the Southern Sprite Castle. And I know that I'm skipping 2 heroes worth of movement points every day. I just don't have a lot for Luna and Gem to do at the moment. Not really, anyway. It's Week of the Eagle. All dwellings increase in population. Rebecca, off you go. Glory and riches. Glory and riches. So Rebecca's here. And then we're going to go on to Luna. Okay. And at this point, we've got 3 gold mines. We should have plenty of resources. Just so you're aware, we got 3 phoenixes, 8 unicorns, 17 druids, 20 sprites, 16 dwarves, all these elves. Yeah, let's make all these purchases. We will start with the most important troops first. Recruit. Okay. That's going to be 8 unicorns. Okay. I got to hit max, then go to recruit, and then it'll automatically put me on the exit button, which is kind of nice. Max, recruit, exit. Okay. And I will purchase the dwarves. We still have 7,500 gold. That's 3,200 of it. We're down to 4,300 gold. And now these sprites, it's going to be 1,000 gold to recruit 20 of them. We're down to... Uh-oh, wait. Oh, I don't have room in the army. I don't have room in the garrison. Okay, we're not going to take the sprites. We're going to take everybody else, though. I'm even going to leave the peasants behind because I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste time. Luna's going to do the big swap. She cannot reach. It's very close, but she cannot reach Gem. Gem will do the initiation here. Let's bring all these forces to the top. So it's going to be phoenixes, unicorns, druids, elves, and dwarves. Good looking army. I don't know. After everything we've seen though, I would still really enjoy a damaging spell just to make sure that I don't run into too tough of an enemy. If we recall, game summary, one of our opponents is actually smart. I forget who it is though. We had 2 average opponents and 1 smart opponent. I don't remember who the smart opponent is. I'm hoping it was like red or something. I don't think it was green, but I don't remember which enemy was the tough one. I don't recall anyway. Okay, we're out of gold. There's no purchases to make, but we got our resupply coming. And I think that there was a haste in the castle to the north. The Night Castle, I think, had the haste spell there, so I don't think we're gonna miss that too much. Gem's doing our little handoff. And I don't think I have any artifacts. I think all my artifacts are on my best hero already. Let's see. Elves. Here. Phoenixes. We got 4 phoenixes. And it's going to be dwarves instead of... I don't know. Is 36 dwarves better than 11 unicorns? I kind of feel like it is. Is 36 dwarves better than the sprites? I think we're about to attack a castle. But last time we saw that the enemy sallied forth, like they didn't just pull up in their castle. So I'm going to leave Gem with the sprites. This time we're going to try these dwarves, and we're going to see if the dwarves can do any better for us. So Rebecca is good to go. Gem is going to head back to this castle here. Little village. Luna. I'm going to keep hitting this windmill because she's doing a great job of that. 2 more Mercury. Lovely. And then Rebecca's got just enough movement points to start walking in this direction. It looks like tomorrow we're going to attack this castle. Now, are we going to see red? Are we going to see yellow? It looks like no. This might be just an attack in the castle. Is there an opponent in here? Is there a hero sitting here? But Tanya is just sitting here with lots of sprites, lots of dwarves, lots of druids, and a pack of these elves. 2 spell power, 3 knowledge. She's a base level hero. It's annoying that she's not respecting me. I feel like DC Principal from South Park. Respect my authority! Respect it. Okay, 34 sprites, 26 dwarves, 22 of the druids, and 14 of the elves. I think we got an issue here. I think that my 2 hex... Yeah, my 2 hex phoenixes, I don't think I can sit here. I think I can sit here. I'm trying to get a double hex attack off. I don't know the best way of doing this. And if I mess this turn up, hold on. Yeah, I can only attack right here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast my spell. It's gonna be the blind. I'm gonna hope that the enemy doesn't have a good way of countering it. We're gonna blind the druids. We're gonna flambe all of the 14 creatures there. If I shoot the druid, they should lose their turn. If the enemy hero casts a spell, and if the druids get their turn back, that would feel bad. I think I'm gonna risk this. I'm gonna try and dispel the blind by shooting them. I'm gonna dispel the blind by shooting you. Why does that logic work? I don't know, but it definitely does. There's a haste onto the druids. 34 sprites are dead to this retaliation. Oh, that's right, they don't have a retaliation, I forgot. Down to 4 of the druids. Unicorns are gonna hope that they can get through this castle area. By the way, what do we think about the castle walls? One of the big problems with Heroes 1 is that the battlefield is so small that the castle walls are actually sometimes worse for the defender, which is kind of crazy. Oh, interesting to see yeah, very interesting to see the catapult do some damage to this wall. It's not intuitive to me to figure out where the damage should be, or like how damaged that wall section is. I think I can get 2 creatures here. I do. Phoenixes are doing good work. Great work. And then let's actually check these dwarves. What do you got? They're hasted, so they've actually already missed their turn because there was too many people in the way. So the dwarves, even though they're really fast, they couldn't like walk in a way that was going to be advantageous for them. Feels kind of bad if I'm them. Okay, and the enemies get to go. Orbs are going to go attack. Do we lose a Phoenix? We do not lose a Phoenix. I will take that. 11 Dwarves goes down. There's only 2 remaining. That's going to be it. Okay, another castle fight. Success. Success. It did cost us 3 elves due to the castle defense, but we will take that. It's day 3, so there's no more forces, I'm guessing, available, but there are 2 sorceresses. There's Carlon the sorceress with a few ragtag troops, and then Thundax the barbarian. They both look like they're level 1 heroes. I don't have a lot of movement points though, so I'm gonna just walk into this castle. Hope for a really nice mage guild. Look at this. Summon boat, haste, protection. Magically increases the defense skill of the selected creatures. Very good. Dispel magic. Okay, okay. And I'm gonna see, can I upgrade this mage guild? What is that? Dimension door? Hold on. Berserk causes the creature to attack its nearest neighbor. Oh, you think we're gonna use that? Great. And then what is this? View heroes causes all heroes across the land to become visible. Okay, I'll take that. That's a good spell. A really good spell. And I think that we just sit here overnight. Is there anything in the well? They do have horses. So they don't have a unicorn paddock. They don't have the red tower, but they do have some other troops. Let's see. 1 druid here. Yeah, this must have been like a secondary castle that isn't a main castle. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Otherwise, I say, what are you doing? Purchase all your forces, please. We will move these creatures down. Okay, and we're just gonna wait there. I don't know if my other heroes have things to do at the moment. I think there's dwarves and sprites in here. Oh no, there's no dwelling at all. Oh, well, she's gonna go to here. Luna has picked up the windmill again. If there's extra forces, I might... Next week, I might send her through these gargoyles to the west. In case you forgot, we didn't clear all this out. I mean, it's just peasants here, but it's still more than I really want to deal with. It looks like that might even be a sawmill over here. There's treasure, shrine. Yeah, there's stuff over here that I just never bothered to get. I don't think I mind though. I think I'm okay. Once I can get some additional forces, then I'll do more. But for now, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Roman says, I do not like the Heroes of Might and Magic 1 knowledge system. Somehow, it is interesting that you cannot buy enemy heroes with a spell and use it infinitely. And that by losing a castle with a spell that you are losing access to the spell. I agree. I wonder, and maybe folks that are a little bit more familiar with Might and Magic can let me know, but I wonder if it is similar to the Heroes of Might, or rather the Might and Magic series mana system. I don't know, but I'd be interested to possibly entertain the idea that that was something you saw in Might and Magic a bit more. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's an explanation for why it was done the way it was. And maybe it was just a simple opportunity to iterate on and improve the game over time. But they said, look, this is the mechanic we originally came up with, but we're going to do this a little bit differently. And I don't think that that's a bad idea at all. Okay, it looks like we can't kill these goblins. Sad. Whoa. Get out of here. Okay. Alrighty. So we just defeated 2 enemy heroes and we picked up a Medal of Valor. Red player's been vanquished. I feel like red player was the toughest hero. I think that they were the quote-unquote smart AI. I say quote-unquote because now I'm not too sure after everything that's just happened there. But yeah, kind of interesting to see that happen. Yo Josh or Ariel, I'm going to recruit another hero. This is going to be Ariel the Sorceress. And the whole reason I'm recruiting Ariel is just so she can do some exploring for me. I want to save my main hero's movement points. I am going to make it a goal, folks, that we're going to find the ultimate artifact on this playthrough. It's not necessary. It's not necessary, I don't think, but we're going to do it anyway. Because I want to know what the ultimate artifact looks like. I want to know what it is. I want to feel its power. I want to be in awe of everything wild and wonderful related to it. There's more treasure up here. Another demon cave. I guess I'll send Rebecca up north. There's probably an obelisk up here, so it's probably going to be worth my time. Go north. Centaur fight. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. I need my Q function from Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Now that some of these fights are pretty easy, I don't actually need to fight them. And it's just kind of funny how that happens. Eventually, in any Heroes game, it should be that you eventually get strong enough that you don't have to fight the fights. And then it becomes a matter of attrition. Eventually, you as a player, you start to struggle just because you are merely a man or a woman, and you cannot be expected to play games for 12 hours at a time. Although, folks, if you want to see me do a marathon session, maybe, okay, I've thought about this. There is Google Fiber coming to my area. Someday, FixFox is not going to have to be online here at the library to play games. Someday, I'm going to be able to stream from home. And when that day comes, the demon goddess again, I'm not going to pay. You just lose the hero? I think that's garbage. Someday, folks, I'm just going to be able to stream from home. And when that day comes, we might have to do a 24-hour stream. We'll see how long FixFox can stream before he falls asleep. We'll see if my dear sweet wife is supportive of that or not. If she says she's not, I will respect that. Okay, this is 6 out of 8. Obelisk 6 out of 8. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Rebecca's out of movement points. I don't need to use my other two heroes at the moment. We haven't seen any action from yellow, but I do assume, well, maybe this is a bad assumption, but I assume that if yellow pops into screen, we'll be able to see them, but they gotta be up there in that other area. Okay, these looks like archers, human archers. Guard this artifact here. Yeah, human archers. The level 2 creatures from the Knight faction. Good morale. That's pretty nice. Okay. And I think it's due to poor positioning. No, the sorceresses are too fast. We're just going to immediately defeat all these archers without any issues. Okay, what's this artifact? Superior Scroll of Knowledge. You come across the remains of an ancient druid. A skull grins from the ragged hoods of her robe. You search the garment and discover a scroll in the hidden pocket. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, grab this on the way back. 3 gems. And treasure guarded by dwarves. I wonder if dwarves will join us if we give them the opportunity. Maybe. Maybe. Oyster says, when the day comes that Excel with requests will come to life, if the wife allows. Yeah. In case you're wondering, that is in reference to my Excel spreadsheet for all the requests that we have on the FixFox Discord. And so I'm going to be excited for the day when we're able to get through those a little bit more quickly. To be fair though, folks, I do still play off stream, on camera, but off stream. All the videos I get, if you say, FixFox, where you been for the last week? We're expecting regular uploads of like 3 times a week, 4 times a week. There are weeks when I just simply cannot do it. It simply cannot be done. And that doesn't make me feel bad because I really love to play video games. Video games are fun. They're great. But there are times where I just don't have it in me. Whether it was a rough week at work or whether it's just, hey, I'm spending time with my kids or whatever the case is. There comes a point where it's just like, yeah, I would like to do more video gaming. It would be nice to have a little bit more flexibility and not having to stream once a week at the library. Someday we will get to that point, but it's just not today. Someday, but not today. FixFox Marathon, Roman says, 16-hour play stream, 8-hour sleep stream, then catching up with chat. Are you telling me that you think I would completely ignore chat for 16 hours? Maybe. Okay. Alrighty, folks. We have to have the ultimate artifact in our sights. It's got to be here somewhere. All right, let's do this. No, yes. Okay. I'm gonna send phoenixes and such out to the west because the ultimate artifact's got to be somewhere, and I can't believe I haven't found the spot yet. Maybe in Heroes 1 it's just like a little bit more difficult to find it based off of limited information. I don't know. It feels like I have enough obelisks purchased and found. I should be able to just find this thing out, but I am currently struggling, I think. Currently struggling just a tiny bit. And so I'm wondering then if it's actually out here. If the ultimate artifact is in this other area, I will be a little bit flummoxed. I'll be okay with that, but I will be a little bit surprised. So let's have Luna explore here to the west. Maybe she finds another obelisk. Maybe that makes it even easier. And at this point, with all these phoenixes, this should be no problem. Will the gargoyles just surround the phoenix? They do. Okay. Yep, that seems fine. I'm good with that. Warrior says, though I don't expect you to play Gothic, that was a joke. I mean, it would be nice, but games take tens of hours of each, so that might not be everyone's jam. I did just see that Gothic, and I know this was Gothic because I was like, hey, wait a second, we were talking about that on stream. Gothic just came out with like a remaster? Am I correct in that? Is that what I saw? I'm pretty darn sure that it's a remaster. So very cool that Gothic, one of the games that is highly recommended from the PixFox chat, is getting a new lease on life. I'm excited to see about that. Maybe we actually do get the chance to play it, because typically, I think at this point, y'all kind of know what games I probably would like, even if I've never played them before. So that'd be interesting for me to take a gander, see what we can find. There are some sprites and some other troops in there. I'm gonna go grab those in just a second. Let's go on to a new day. Hey, it's Lord Shadowwing. Hey, it's me. What's up, Lord Shadowwing? It's great to see you there. Hope you're doing very, very well. Pleasure to have you there. You got me on your brand new 50-inch TV, just upgraded from a 38-inch. Dude, the new job is doing good for you then, huh? Way to go. Happy for you. Glad that you're doing well. Glad that you're loving life. It's one of those kind of little upgrades that all of a sudden you can be saying to yourself, I'm never going to get another TV. I have that with my current TV right now until the wheels fall off. I don't think I'm ever going to get a new TV. Unless this TV suffers the same fate as the last TV, in which a voracious 3-year-old completely destroys it. It's within the realm of possibility for me. Hopefully not for everybody. But yeah, congratulations. Glad to hear that things are going well for you, Lord Shadowwing. Always a pleasure to see you there. And Boyster says no, Gothic is going to be a complete remake. It's going to be June 5th. Okay, I'm glad that you know what I'm talking about then, so that way we're on the same page. Okay, but it's a remake, it's not a remaster. Is that going to be better or worse? Do you think that that's better, that's going to be a rework, or would you have preferred them to just kind of remaster it? Let me know, I'm interested to know. We're picking up tons of campfire stuff. Lots of secret sauce here. Oh, look at this. Look at the poor terrain. I can't get the phoenixes in to do a double hex attack. That's kind of crazy. I don't think we're going to take any damage in this fight, though. We can put the sprite right here. They're going to die pretty quick. Unicorns feel so slow. Oh, you know what? I've got a haste. I will cast... Oh, you know, we're just going to keep moving. Why don't I have a haste? I thought I had a haste in my home mage guild. I guess not. Guess not. Feels kind of bad. Well, the Phoenix is going to be able to step between the two middle stacks of 6. Unless that happens. Okay. Okay. So, funny enough, the one sprite there, I thought that they would go down immediately. They did not. But just by being there, they made 2 stacks of orcs move around. One attacked the unicorns, one attacked the phoenixes. Clearly that was better for me anyway, but kind of weird how that worked. There's some free treasure, we'll take it. Take the gold, not the experience. And let's see what the shrine is. This is going to be another View Mines. Ooh, another View Mines. Sick and tired of these View Mines. I've had tons of these already. I need no more View Mines. Yellow player's still not doing much. I know that my yellow sorceresses look like I'm the yellow player. I'm not. Just hanging out. Just hanging out. Okay. Damage here. I think I could probably just skip with everybody. Make the battle go a little bit faster. I guess elves can kill here. We're gonna let the elves kill. 3 gargoyles, another 3 down to 0. Great. Is this a gold mine? No, gem mine? Gem mine. Hey, I can start to recognize what they are for the first time. Happy for it. Now, I cannot take the enemy's castle, because if I take the enemy's castle, we might accidentally trigger the end of the game. And remember, we are going to find this ultimate artifact. I don't care what happens, folks. This is happening. There comes a point where you can try and talk your way out of a sticky situation, and then there comes a point where it's like, nope, this is happening. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, this is happening. There's an artifact that's not at all guarded by these peasants. Kind of interesting. And we've explored most of the map here. Maybe the ultimate artifact's like right here. But otherwise, like we should have vision on this thing. Just as a reminder. The puzzle map, there's a big rock. Maybe that's a mine? But then there's, I guess I thought that to the left of this, that was a land bridge. That might not be a land bridge. We're looking for trees, a rock, and this weird little outcropping. No, it's not that. That's not correct. Is it over here? You know what? It might be here. No, that doesn't look correct. Oops. Yeah, that doesn't look correct. Yeah, that's not what I would expect. Over here? No, that's not correct. Not correct. So it's got to be, believe it or not, it's going to be in the yellow player's position all the way up here. I think we're just going to take the final bits of gold mines and just, or final obelisks, and that's going to be the end of it. I think that's going to be the end of it in just a second. So I could bring Luna all the way up. I guess I'll do that. She's got enough forces. I'm going to send Luna up to this area, just so that way there's no problems with me worrying about enemy players. 7 out of 8. I mean, we basically know exactly where it's at. There's only 6 places left it could be that we would have to dig for. I'm gonna move Gem out of the way just so she can not block. All right, and there's Luna. I'm not gonna get any additional forces. I think I've got this in the bag. But we're gonna have Luna and Rebecca just kind of 2-team this scenario for the rest of the way. By the way, it's month 2, week 1, day 5. Still, I don't see the yellow player. I do have a few towns. I've got some spells I could cast. I just don't think it's necessary. This is looking fairly promising. There you go. There. And the pathing is a little bit strange. There's times where I would have expected to have had to have gone all the way around, but then it looks like we just found a quick little shortcut. Probably a really nice option to have the AI figure out what's best for you. Aha, here it is, folks. We have found the general spot. This is the right place. So we're gonna go to here. Yeah, there's only 4 places that this could be. Actually, and there's only, yeah, 4 places only because there's 5 blocks here that have not been discovered, but one of those blocks is this actual mine. If you notice right here, this is a block and then the mine. So I'm just gonna sit here overnight because I think I can dig. I think you have to do a full dig for a full day. Digging requires a full day. Gotcha. Understandable. Have a great day. And then Luna goes. And we are quickly approaching the end of this scenario. Because as soon as we get these heroes up here, oh, it's over. It's over. Lord Shadowwing says the old 38-inch TV was a 1080p and the new one is 4K. Ooh, lovely. That's a big upgrade. That's a huge upgrade. I wonder if I should, I don't know, I wonder if I should take the time to improve the quality of my videos. I wonder if I should start to try and render in 4K. When I record in 1080p, and that seems to do the trick, but it doesn't mean that it's future-proof, if that makes any sense. In the future, I don't know, maybe in the future, holograms, you'll be able to get old videos and turn them into new videos. Maybe. But only if they're in 4K or something like that. I don't know. Things to think about. It's probably not a big deal, but things I think about. Oyster says that they're cautiously optimistic as it seems that the Gothic crew is listening to the fans in moderation. Good. Very good. Yeah, that is what everybody wants. Like, just listen to your fans. The fans will tell you all the things that you should do. Just trust us. Let us tell you what we want, and then deliver what we want. And you're gonna be just fine. Okay, Luna's bringing over up to 7 Phoenixes, up to 34 of the Druids, up to 36 of the Elves, and a full 15 Unicorns. Not too bad. Not too bad. The army continues to grow. And now Luna's sitting here ready to dig first thing in the morning, as is Rebecca. Yeah, and we are out of places that this thing could be. We're gonna find this either right now or first thing in the morning. Big? Nothing where it could be? I think it's gonna be Luna. I think Luna's gonna find this thing. Luna, I believe in you. Don't let me down. Congratulations! After spending many hours digging here, you have uncovered the ultimate book of knowledge. Folks, we've done it. We found the ultimate artifact for this Heroes of Might and Magic 1 Game Boy Color game. And I feel very satisfied by doing so. It wasn't... I'm sure it's different from map to map, but that wasn't particularly tough. And I'm good for that. I'm really happy for that. So for the first time in a long time, let's move artifacts over. It looks like this is going to be... Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold on. It's worth 12 knowledge. We're gonna go from 14 knowledge up to 26. Yikes. Okay. Rebecca is never gonna need to learn how to cast spells again. And there's a barbarian castle up here. It looks like there's a couple of freebies over yonder. It looks like the AI kind of gave up a little bit. Even the smart AI didn't do a really good job, I suppose, in this playthrough. I guess you'd want to play this on max difficulty every time. Probably max difficulty enemies with limited resources. Probably do that. Folks, look at the cute little ogres. Straight out of Heroes of Might and Magic 1. They're so cute. I love them. Good luck. Dead forces and the 6 goblins here. No problem. Okay, we just defeated somebody. And I did this just so I could pick up this Obelisk real quick. Another level. Jeez, so much experience. And then we're gonna head back here first thing in the morning. We will defeat this castle. I don't know if this is gonna be the final enemy to defeat. There might be one more yellow enemy out here. Maybe not though. This is gonna be the fight. It's gonna be up against a sorceress. Wow, look at this. There's 25 trolls, 31 orcs, 30 wolves, 56 goblins, and 26 ogres. This is actually not a small fight. Is FixFox crazy? Did I think that this fight would be not a problem? Are we about to find out that life sucks and then you die? Okay, let's make this work. We do blind onto the trolls. I don't think that's a terrible decision. Look, the phoenixes can't even get in. Phoenixes can't get in because there's not enough space for them to get in. That's crazy. So we skip on the phoenixes. Does this protection cancel out the blind? I think it does. I think that the trolls are now awake. 24 trolls, down 21, we get good morale. I'm gonna do that again. I don't know if they've lost their turn or not. Goblins skip on their turn. I'm gonna use the elves to attack these orcs. We're killing 9 at a time. Now to 14. Yeah. So the trolls actually kept their turn because they countered the one spell for the other. By the way, in Heroes 1, there is no drawbridge, so the defenders can't sally forth whenever they want to. The castle can work against you. If the enemy has lots of shooters and you don't, then you can just lose that way, which is crazy. We do lose a phoenix, which is a little bit surprising. We still don't have a damaging spell. We have to just skip on the phoenixes because, okay, blind onto the phoenixes. Tell you what, we've got some good spells here. Let's do this. Where's the berserk? Berserk. Let's cast it on the slow ogres. Yeah, these ogres at the very bottom there. The spell affecting them is the berserker. Those goblins are so dead. Get out of my game. I don't even want to see you. And that's going to make room for my phoenixes for next turn. Okay, so 27 ogres. Please do the damage. Please do it. I think what you're about to. Okay, that's a good moment. High morale on the dwarves. Sweet. And we have lost one Phoenix. We're pretty low on this top stack of Phoenixes. Got to keep an eye out on that. Looks like the enemy tower is doing a lot of work, actually. I think I'm going to wait on a spell with Rebecca. And we're going to attack wolves since we can. I'm going to hope that the enemy casts a spell on me, and then I will blind the 27 ogres. Okay, so they blinded my Phoenixes, which is great. I'm fine with that. I'm going to do my blind. So I just don't have to worry about these big, brutish ogres. We kill 6 trolls. That's a bunch. And with good morale, they get to attack again. I'm going to let the elves clean up the final bit of orcs here. Down to 0. Unicorns and dwarves will skip their turn, and now it's very clear to me where the break in the wall is. So at least there's a lot of clarity there. That feels pretty good. These ogres are still blinded. They're going to be blinded for many turns unless I break this now, and I will. I still think that they lose their turn. We're not going to find out until a second or two because they're so slow. But yeah, I think they lose their turn. No, they do not lose their turn. So they are so slow that they can only step up a tiny bit. They're not going to do it. They're not going to kill the Phoenixes anyway. Dwarves get a nice bit of morale. We're killing 4 or 5 ogres at a time. Another dwarf goes down. And the Phoenixes are, if you do recall, blinded, so they get to skip their turn. But it's going to be druids, elves, and dwarves to carry the back end of the fight. It cost us 6 dwarves, 2 Phoenixes, and 1 druid, but we took out a bunch of barbarian troops. Oh my gosh. Killed a bunch of forces here. We captured a Sword of Dominion. We picked up +1 spell power. And we did it, folks. Yellow player has been vanquished. That was fun. I don't know if we're going to do this again or not, but that was a lot of fun. That was a bunch of fun. Oh, look at this. That was sick. There's a cool dragon end screen. Congratulations, days spent 39, base score of 161. For the difficulty, we get the final score of 152. That gives us the rank of a troll. And I hope I get to put in, yes, I get to put in Fix Fox here. I get 3 initial spots. It's hilarious. Let's go Fix Fox Gaming. PFG, Fix Fox Gaming it is. There we go, everybody. Okay, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, chicken dinner. So 152, the claw. That is going to be the highest score that's available here, and I'm happy for it. I don't know who DAS is, or MLD, or SEE, but we have officially got through this with a nice playthrough, and I'm very happy for it. Proto the Blind says, way to go, Fix Fox. Tundar says, troll. XD indeed. Does this game have a map editor? I don't believe it does. I think that this Heroes game is just a hard, it is what it is. Hard no to any kind of fun stuff like that. That's okay. Voicer says, most of the fans want the straight remaster for the Gothic game, but you're open to it? Gotcha. I like that. Good stuff. Lord Shadowwing says, is this 2 or 3 for the GBC? So this is Heroes 1 for the Game Boy Color. But I don't know if there was ever a Heroes 2. I almost wonder if Heroes 2 would be a little bit too complex for there to be a game ported over to the Game Boy Color. So overall, still fun. There is a Heroes 2, Tundar says. Oh, see, because when I load this up, it actually loads up. The file I have says it's Heroes 2, but then I look at it, it's just Heroes 1, which is kind of interesting. Tundar does own it. That's great. What emulator did I use for this? I think it's just called Super Advanced Boy or something like that. I've got 4 emulators that I use for stuff. I'll take a look for you. But that's the playthrough, folks, and yeah, we'll do some sticking around here in just a moment for those people that want to stick around and just hang out. But that's the end of that video. That was fun. Again, Game Boy Color, Heroes Might and Magic 1. Good times. We'll look forward to potentially getting back into that in the future. We'll see. I don't know. It was fun, but it is maybe not everybody's speed. We'll have to see what the response is. So we'll check it out in a little bit. But folks, until I see you again, do good things, make good choices, remember who you are. My name is Fix Fox, and look out for your friends, yourself, and your family, because if you don't, who will? I'll see everybody around next time. Till that time, peace. Thanks.